Hey guys, James here, and we haven't seen this angle in forever, and holy shit, where the books go? If you can't tell already, you didn't read the title or you're stupid. I hate you regardless. Anyways, I decided, because why the fuck not? I want to kind of just not only do Death Battle content, and I haven't been in the mood to do a Let's Play, so we're just gonna do a manga collection. Because I've been watching some of these videos about, like, people talking about their manga collection and updates to it, and I've had just a weird fascination with doing with that for some reason. And I haven't really shown any updates to the collection in fucking years. Like, I don't even know how long it's been since I last talked about them, and I've been considering doing it for months now, so we are just biting the bullet and finally doing it. So this is going to be a long video, obviously, because I have about, I think specifically, 463 volumes in total. That is, of course, like taking omnibuses and cutting them down to the individual volumes, because there's like 5 or 10 maybe omnibus volumes in here. And there are some where they're just really fucking beefy, but like it's technically one volume. Like a Miku one we'll get to later. I think technically it's just one giant ass volume, but I could probably split up the parts, and I think there's like 2 or 3 parts in it, so I could count 3 different ones. I don't know. It's almost 500. I don't know how big the collection was when I last did it, but when I last talked about it, I sort of did it in the order of like the school years I got it. I'm not in high school no more. I can't do that. I can't keep track of what years I've gotten this shit. So we're just going to do it in a kinda alphabetical order. Why I say kinda is because I got a small number of books that are currently behind the laptop that I'm going to talk about because I have not even read them yet. So we're just going to jump straight to that, and there's going to be a lot of cuts in this video. This is going to take me all day to edit, but whatever. No one's going to watch it. It's not going to be worth it, but it's going to be fun. So let's just see what ones I have that I've just not gotten to yet. Okay, so first up are just a bunch I don't plan on reading yet anytime soon, mostly because of some fuck-ups on my end, and also because some of them are just not, they're like fucking, not visual novels, graphic novels. But first up is, this one's just like a webcomic I found at like Goodwill. Night School, the Warren books. I found this at like a Goodwill, and since Goodwill sells their books for like dirt cheap, I just thought, fuck it, I'll pick it up. I'm pretty sure this is a webcomic because it doesn't open like a regular manga. It opens like a book, you know, like how a book normally would. Probably doesn't look like it because of this is like reversed, but you know what I mean. I haven't gotten to it. It's near the bottom of like my reading list. Maybe I will boost it up if I might look up to see like if there's like a lot of good shit about this. I'm pretty sure it's a web novel or web comic. It's published by Yen Press. I've read a couple of these. I haven't really enjoyed them too much. Like there's one I don't remember what it's called, but I read it like a while back and I ended up just gotten rid of it because like it was a web comic and I just didn't really like it. But yeah, that's there. Next up is a fuck up on my end. We got Rosario plus Vampire Volume 2 and 3. Now, why is this a fuck up on my end? I don't have Volume 1 of this because this is specifically Season 2. I saw this at like a store that sells like a bunch of this anime type shit, the nerd stuff. It's like the only one in my area that really does that. And I saw these. I'm like, oh, Rosario plus Vampire. I have the first volume, spoiler alert, and I just thought, fuck it, I might as well read the second 2. Get the next 2 because I saw them, and then after I got in the car and already paid for it, I realized, oh, it says Season 2. That says Season 2 right there. I don't have Volume 1 of Season 1, and I don't have the rest of Season 1. Or I don't have Volume 1 of Season 2, and I don't have the rest of Season 1. So these are just going to be on the back burner until I get the rest of Rosario plus Vampire, as well as the first volume of this. But I did watch the first season of the anime, like, fucking 4 years ago, maybe? 3 years, maybe? I think it was. Might have been 3 years. So if this is just Season 2 of the anime, I could probably just skip that and read it from there, but I don't like doing that. It messes my OCD. Next up is just one I found at like a pay-by-the-pound Goodwill, Astro Boy, Volume 9, it seems. I haven't read it. I could probably just jump right in. It's by, first person who owned it is Westrat. I don't know. It says on there, but I just found it at a Goodwill. That's pay by the pound, so it's like a nickel and just said, fuck it. I haven't really read it. I feel like I could just jump right in because I already know like the whole origin story with Astro Boy. And taking a gander at the first page. Yeah, it looks like I can just jump right into it, but I don't know. I just haven't gotten to it. And these two are both like regular books or not graphic novels, visual novels in a way. But the first one is Demon Slayer, The Flower of Happiness. As you can see, regular book. I didn't realize that when I got it. I just saw, oh, Demon Slayer, sure, I'll pick this up. And then I looked at it later and like, oh shit, well, that's a regular ass book. I will read this eventually. I'm not opposed to reading regular books. It's just not my go-to. And then the other one I also got by the pay by the pound, so it's also dirt cheap, but My Hero Academia School Briefs. It's another one like that. I don't know, I just found it there. I'm like, I like My Hero. I'll pick this up, sure. So, just like the Demon Slayer one, I will get to that when I get to that. But next up, and this is all in the order of I'm going to be reading them. In fact, right now I'm going to, I'm going to leave those books right there. Because I'm going to start filling my shelf up around as I go. So, you'll slowly see the back here get more filled. I'm going to use these books to kind of like prop up the ones that are leading more towards this way until they reach the other bookend over there you can see. So, yeah, anyways, the ones that I will be reading, and this is the order I'm going to be reading them in, is JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, Stars Crusaders Volume 5, and I also have Volume 6 to read right after. Barnes & Noble had a sale of the, like, hardcover books, or buy like, some, get so many, or buy, like, a certain amount of them, get one free, or some shit like that, or get a deal. I don't remember. I just had a gift card to Barnes & Noble, and like, oh, they got a bunch of JoJo's. Or like JoJo's are hardcover. I'll check those out, and they had volume 4, 5, and 6. We'll get the 4 later. I just finished that recently too. But they had these. I'm like, okay, I'll pick these up. They didn't have volume 7, so I was kind of fucked from there, but I still got them anyways, because I like JoJo, and these are $20 books. Those are expensive for manga, so yeah, just fuck it, might as well get that now. Next up is one I got from eBay recently. Madoka Magica Wraith Arc Volume 3. Or Pula Magi, or I've never looked at the first part of it, but I just call it Madoka Magica. And I like the first 2 volumes, and this is one of the cheaper Madoka Magica volumes to get that's not based on that doesn't have like an anime adaptation, as far as I'm aware. So I've just been reading those. I got the first 2 off eBay from like the same seller, and when I realized, oh shit, there's a 3rd volume, after I finished the 2nd one, I just went online, found this for like $13, which is just a retail price, and I just bought it from there. I've been enjoying the first 2. I'll talk more about them when I get to them. So I just said, fuck it, I'll just get the 3rd volume. I've been on Madoka Magica kick lately. Next up is a Silent Voice Volume 2. I watched the movie a couple years ago. I think in 2019. I don't remember, but I really loved the movie, and I decided I might as well read the manga. So yeah, I got. Volume 1 we'll get to pretty soon because we're on alphabet order after all this. But I got this, I found it, and yeah. Watch the movie. Watch the Silent Voice movie if you haven't. It's really fucking good. Next up is Kaiju No 8 Volume 1. I've just been seeing this in stores, and if it's in stores, it might be good. I don't know. Whenever I see a manga at the store, and it's not like a webcomic or anything, I just decide, fuck it, I might as well try it. Only one I haven't done that with is Toilet Bound Kun, or whatever the fuck that's called, just because, I don't know, it just seems kind of dumb. Maybe it's good. I hear a lot of good things about it. Maybe I'll try it one day, but I just saw this, and like, I never heard of Kaiju No 8, but it's in Walmart, so there must be something to it. I haven't gotten to it yet, obviously, but, it's waiting. It's waiting to be read. Next 2 is Bocchi the Rock Volume 1 and 2. I've not seen the anime yet, but I've been hearing nothing but praise for the anime, and since the anime is not dubbed yet, I'm waiting for the dub release. I figured Walmart has Volume 2. This is a Walmart purchase, so fuck it, I might as well get Volume 1 online, because it's probably cheap enough, and then I just picked up Volume 2. I hear nothing but praise for this series, so $15? I just realized it was 15. I got it was other shit, so I didn't really pay attention, but I just hear a lot of praise for the anime, and since it's not dubbed yet, I might as well check out the manga in the time being. I don't know when the anime will get dubbed. It's really popular, so I saw it get dubbed sooner, but then again, like, Love is War, I tried watching that during the pandemic, and then it took like a year or two for it to get dubbed, and they started with season 2, and then they went to season 1. I don't know why, but that's the route they did. We got Tokyo Ghoul Re Volume 1. I did go through the entirety of Tokyo Ghoul, like, 2-ish years ago, maybe, for Aaron vs. Kaneki for my own thing. But I was not able to read the entire manga of Tokyo Ghoul and Attack on Titan, so I already know what's going to happen. I still want to read it anyways. A lot of series are like that for me, where I know what's going to happen, I want to go through it anyways, because it seems really fucking good. I haven't gotten to this yet, but it's in there, and I want to find Volume 2 at Barnes & Noble. I'm just waiting for them to have it in stock again. Here's one I never heard of. I just decided to randomly pick it up. The World's Fastest Level Up, the manga. So I don't know if this is like a web series. It has the manga on the front there, Volume 1. I don't know if this is like a web comic or originally an anime or maybe a video game. There's a couple like that. But I just saw it. I'm like, okay, sure, this looks neat. Don't know what it's about, but picked it up. I'm going to get to that when I get to it. Spy Family, Volume 11. I like Spy Family. I'm not super in love with it, but I do like Spy Family. It's a good series. I see it get a lot of flack for being popular. I don't like the anime community sometimes, because why is it like the way it is? But Volume 11, I like the series so far, so when I get to this, I'll probably enjoy it. My Hero Academia, Volume 37, the most recent volume. I already know all the big spoilers. It sucks to be a My Hero fan that reads the physical books, because, you get spoiled on everything on Twitter. Because, like, it takes a fucking year, or, like, a year and a half for the shit in the manga to get on the paperback volumes. So you already know everything coming up. It's just, like, you gotta enjoy it anyway. I don't know. I love My Hero Academia. I hate that I'm spoiled on everything whenever anything new comes out. Especially lately with the Jujutsu Kaisen fandom and the My Hero fandom fucking arguing on Twitter for reasons. I don't know why. Next, I got this and the next one I got yesterday. Fairy Tail Volume 6. I love Fairy Tail. I fucking love the anime. The anime gets way too much shit, I'm gonna be real. But I decided, because I haven't finished the anime, but I've been working on that lately. I just finished the Tartarus arc. So I decided I might as well try getting into the manga more, because I haven't read the manga in a good couple of years. So I picked up this volume 6, is like the only one Barnes & Noble had yesterday that I could actually get to. And I just can't wait to get to this. I love Fairy Tail. Fairy Tail gets too much shit. We should move on from hating Fairy Tail. And then the last one, which I also bought yesterday, Chained Soldier. This is wrapped in plastic, and there is also a warning, a fucking parental adversary warning. I don't know what it's about, but I just thought, fuck it. I'm usually get free books whenever I go to Barnes & Noble. And because I was going there for something else, which I'll get to later-ish. I figured they're not really having the volume I need for a lot of my go-to series. So I figured this looks neat. I'll pick it up. I don't really pick up new series as often anymore. Because, I don't know. I usually just, a lot of the ones I've been going to lately, I just pick up because I hear a lot of shit regarding the anime being pretty good, or it's just continuing one. So I go in blind sometimes. I haven't done that a good bit. Yeah, that's all the ones I have not read yet, so I have no real opinion on it. And that already took me like 10 minutes, so can't wait to get to the ones where I'm going to have more thought on them. Yay! Alright, first up, now that we're getting to the shit I've read, we have in alphabetical order, A Silent Voice, Volume 1. I read this a couple months back, and I like it. A lot of these books I haven't read in like a good handful of years, so my opinions on some of these might be shaky, but this is pretty recent. I liked it. It was a bit slow to start, but it was to kind of introduce you to everyone for the most part, and it's a good book. I want to read the rest of the series, obviously. Volume fucking 2. I don't know how many volumes there are of this, but I do want to get to them at some point, because the movie was great. I gotta rewatch the movie, too. It's been so many years. But Silent Voice, I'm gonna start putting them there for now, but I have another shelf in the other room that a lot of these are going to be going to. I also have all my figures there, so after we get to like a certain point, you're gonna start seeing a bunch of figures style up behind me. So hope you're accustomed to that. But right now, Silent Voice goes right there. It might fall. Hopefully it won't. But next one is an example of, I have not read these in a while. Manga Collection Volume 1 and Volume 2. I did, much like Attack on Titan, I did kind of go through the whole series, and it fell. I already did kind of go through the whole series already, but that was like 2021 maybe? 2020 or 2021, so it's been several years. I like the manga. The anime is kind of a mixed bag in my opinion. I think the first half is pretty good, and then kind of just drops the ball halfway through. But manga-wise, I like it. I like it so far. I haven't really felt any real desire to continue the series at any point. Maybe I will one day. I know there's like a spin-off that's a prequel, Akame ga Kill Zero. I've heard that's pretty bad. But the main series I want to finish at some point in my life. And we will now see, these are all gonna vanish to the other room. Maybe I'll show the other room later. The shelf piled up in there. But Silent Voice pretty good. Akame ga Kill, from what I remember, it's good. I have no real desire to finish it, but I want to at some point. Next up, this was one of my first manga I've read. This was like when I started reading manga. And recently I have finished the whole series. We have Anne Happy, and we have Volume 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then Volume 10. I'm not going to do this with all of these. If they get over 10, you're just going to see the first, and then I'll tell you how many there are. But, Anne Happy. This was one, like I said, one of my first I've read. I just randomly picked this up when I was a 7th grader, because I don't remember. But I liked it, and then I picked up the next 2 volumes, Volume 2 and 3, and I just did not continue the series. Because, like, Barnes & Noble didn't have any copies. They just refused to carry the next couple. There's a good amount like that, and it sucks. But I understand, because there's probably not a lot of demand for these ones. But then I just ended up getting Volume 4 on Amazon back in my sophomore year, I'm pretty sure it was. And then, like, I don't remember the exact order with the rest. I'm pretty sure these 2 I got... I don't remember, actually. I don't remember when I got a lot of these. I think some of them were after I graduated. Some of them might have been my last 2 years of high school. I don't remember. But I did recently do Volume 9 and 10. 9 kind of went like... Okay, so Anne Happy, I don't think a lot of people know what Anne Happy is. Basically, it's... some people fucking looked at this and asked me, is this hentai? In middle school. I shit you not. It's not. It's a very wholesome series. But basically, the premise of Anne Happy is that it's a school where the class is basically to make these students happy. The teacher is fucking insane. Not like crazy insane, but she is a fucking mad lady, I swear to God. Like, there's one, this is years ago, so I might be missing some details, but basically the premise of this episode or chapters was these kids are going to like a nature trip or whatever, and there's a bear attacking, and the teacher just has a fucking tranquilizer gun, like a rifle that shoots a tranquilizer just on hand. She has all these elaborate games set up. It's really wild. It's a very simple series. It's very down to earth for the most part. Ignore what I just said. It's very down to earth. Volume 9 kind of went a bit to the extreme in my opinion. That took me a bit out of it, where Volume 9, the teacher basically fucking did a I was gonna say did a Bill Cosby, and that's horrible in this context. She basically had some knockout gas in the classroom, knocked the students out, put VR headsets on them, and put them in a virtual world where they were all turned into kids. It was weird. It kind of went a bit beyond my, okay, I can believe this. I say that even though I think, like, Volume 3, I think it was, there's, like, a fucking human-sized board game, and there's, like, robots or some shit. I don't know. It's not for everyone, I will say that, and even for me, this is, like, a series I probably would not have read if I didn't start with this very early on. I probably wouldn't have finished it if it wasn't for it being only, like, 10 volumes long. I figured that's pretty short. I might as well just finish the series, as well as just being one of my first. I did ultimately like it. If you like a simple slice of life series with a bit of wackiness, I think you'll like it. I did find myself enjoying all the characters. I don't really hate anyone. There's really only about 7 characters to speak of, 6 students and the teacher. But overall, for how short it is, it's a good read. I'd recommend it if you like that type of stuff. Obviously not for everyone, but I am glad I did finish the series. I'm very happy that I did. And I went on that for a bit long, but I'm probably going to go on a lot of these longer. Again, I can't reiterate, I did like this. Not for everyone, but I did like it, and I found the ending to be pretty good all around. With slice of life series like this, I feel like there's always a high chance that you're going to have a bit of a lukewarm ending, in my opinion, but it's not really the fault of the creators, more so just the genre itself, and in my own opinion. But I think it ended on a perfectly fine note, and I'm glad I did finish this one. Oh yeah, one thing I forgot was saying happy. There is an anime, and as far as I know, it's only in subtitles, which fucking sucks because I'm a dub watcher. It's never gonna get a dub, probably. It's a good couple years old, but fuck did I wish it had a dub. And next up is one of my personal favorite series. It's my favorite anime of all time, one of my favorite series of all time, and one of my favorite manga of all time. We have Assassination Classroom. If you know anything about me, you know how much I love it. And we have all 21 volumes of it. And the cover art for this in volume 20, it's fucking beautiful. I'm not going to pull out volume 20, but this is great cover art. But Assassination Classroom, I adore this fucking series so much. This is one of my favorite manga series. If I had to recommend anyone a single series to read, it would be Assassination Classroom, or it would be one of the first ones I would think of, because it's beautiful. Koro Sensei is my favorite character of all time. I love it. I've gone on so many times saying how much I love Assassination Classroom. Any of my friends probably knows how much I love this fucking series. It is amazing. It's 21 volumes long, so kind of in that middle range for being a decently long series. For me, at least, like, the farthest one I have is My Hero. That's the one I have the most volumes for a series. But Assassination Classroom, cannot recommend enough. And I love that you can't really talk about a lot of the series without getting deep in the spoiler territory. Which does suck, but it gives you more incentive to read the series. Read it, watch the anime, do both. I've read through the entirety of the manga, like, twice. And I've watched the anime, like, 3 whole times. I've also watched the movies. Well, not one, because I don't have it. I got a box set for Christmas, and I guess the previous owner forgot to put in the first live-action movie, so I'm just missing that, which that's fine by me. I have the whole anime. I love the anime. I love this series so much. This is the only one to consistently make me cry, and I think I've said it before, but it takes a lot for anything in fiction to really get to me emotionally. So, yeah, please, God, like, if you have not seen Assassination Classroom, please do. This is amazing. I cannot sing this series praise enough. And, like, I have all 21 volumes. I've read them a lot. They are good. Love this one. Holy shit. Also, the openings are all great. Bye Bye Yesterday, one of my favorite anime openings. It is such a banger. And, yeah, the manga's great. Just read the manga if you have not. I love this. I got to this way too late. I started this in my fucking sophomore year of high school. That's when I started it, because I almost started earlier, but I didn't really feel the need to, and then I said, fuck it, this series looks good. I remember seeing it being sold at Comic-Con, but the copy of, like, the first volume looked like it was just thrown through hell and back, so I didn't buy it. And I'm glad I did buy it eventually, because I love this. This is amazing. And I finished the whole series in, like, 3 years. I was very much like, Barnes & Noble, please have the next volume. And there's a couple times where they didn't, so I'm like, okay, I don't like doing this, but we're going to Amazon and buying it from there. I don't like buying books online. Like, if I don't have a choice, I will. I'll suck up my pride and do it. There's a good amount of series where I have to, but it does kind of make me a bit more reluctant to continue a series or to get a volume, just because, like, okay, I have to go on Amazon or Barnes & Noble's website and hope to fucking God the book will be in good condition. There's been a couple of times, and I will get to them when I fucking get to them. I have some stories later on, if I remember them, where it's just like, how the fuck did this happen? But Assassination Classroom, love this. Please, God, read this. This is one of my all-time favorite series. In general, it's an amazing series. Please watch this. Also, hey, this is the first one to get the full shelf treatment right here. I had Aunt Happy on here for the longest time, but it was just until I finished the series. I wanted to have it on there until I finished it, and then I finished it, so it got moved to the secondary shelf. This is the primary shelf, because this is where I sleep. This is my main room, so like, if it goes here, I fucking love it, or I just really want to read it and continue the series. So that gives some examples on what to expect from there. Oh shit, I moved. All right, next we have the last of the A's. We got Attack on Titan volume 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Yeah, 6. Attack on Titan, much like Tokyo Ghoul, I already know everything that's going to happen in it. I know how the manga ends. I know all the big plot points. I had to go through it for Aaron vs. Kaneki. I also did just watch the anime. I watched the anime through the entirety of it, so I don't feel the need to read through the entirety of the manga. I want to, though, at some point. I just don't entirely feel the need to. It is a good read. I do wish I got to the series a lot sooner. I don't think I started reading it until, I don't know, I think my junior or senior year of high school. And then, like, I think this is, like, the last, obviously this last volume I got, but I think I got it, like, I'm pretty sure these two I got after I graduated, and then I just never really cared to continue the series. Because, like, I already know what happens, and while I do like Attack on Titan, it is a very good anime. It's not one of my all-time favorites, and not really one I feel like I need to get through the whole thing. Especially since it's, like, 32 volumes long or some shit. It is a good series. So far, it has been a very good read. I do like on the back, it kind of shows the members, like, kind of look there. People that disappear because they're dead. Very good series, though. I like it. I like Attack on Titan. It's damn good one. There's a lot of praises for this. You probably already heard a lot of the praises for it. Very good action, has very good plot twists near the latter end of the series, and decently, like, middle way through. I did watch the anime, though, so I probably won't go for the manga. I don't have any rush to go for the entirety of the manga, because it's pretty much one for the most part, outside of maybe a couple things at the end. But very good series. I would recommend it if you want to read through all 30-something volumes. Or just watch all 4.5, or whatever the fuck, seasons of the anime. Because of Attack on Titan's final season being split up into, like, 15 parts. Because I don't know why. I'm assuming it's internal reasons, but weird that they kept marketing as that. Next up is one I got into because of Death Battle. There's going to be a couple of these that we'll get to later, but this is one of the ones I feel like a lot of people have gotten into because of Death Battle. Berserk. I have the first 7 volumes. I would love to continue the series. Barnes & Noble just has not had anything past 7 that I need to get. Like, the earliest one they got after 7 is volume 12. So, at some point, I do need to go on, like, Amazon or online and get volume 8. But Berserk, this is a really good one. I got into it way too late. I only started reading it in about, like, I think 2022 after I graduated. Because of the plastic wrap. These books have plastic wrap. I didn't really want to get a series that had plastic wrap while in school. Because I don't need a fucking teacher to be walking past me and just see a book with a shit ton of titties on it, even though there are some later on that they have that. Didn't have the wrap on it, but they had it. And I kept reading them. I don't know. I knew Berserk really wasn't like that for the most part. It mostly probably has had the wrap because of very excessive gore. And, like, there's a parental advisory sticker on it. This is the only volume I don't think I took that sticker off. The rest of them I took the sticker off, but this is the one that shall keep it for honor. But Berserk, it's as good as everyone says it is. The fan base can be kind of annoying with, like, name a character that's going for more trauma than guts. Like, why are we scaling trauma? It is a good read, though. There are the big black books of Berserk, which are I would get into. The issue is they're like $50 each. I don't want to do that. Like, I'll happily read the series. I do want to catch up with the series, especially since I believe the manga is now continuing with, I believe it was Kentaro Mira, I hope I said his name right, his family or close friends continuing the series for him since he passed away in 2021, I believe it was. I think it was from a long fight with cancer. I believe it was an illness, and he had a long fight with it. And he's definitely a great artist. I love his work. He's a great artist, great storyteller. I love the series. It is a very good series, and I've heard the anime adaptations don't do it justice. I have not seen the anime. From I heard the 1997, I think it is, that one is mostly alright, but it only covers like the Golden Age arc. And then there was another anime in 2013, and it was 3D, and it was pretty bad. I don't know. I haven't watched the animes. I want to at least watch the original at some point. But I also want to finish that arc first, because that's the only arc I really hear about was Berserk. I don't know when that arc ends. I'm waiting for that arc to end so I can get into some of the shit I don't know about. I want to say it might be Volume 12 when it ends. I don't know. Berserk is really good, though. Highly recommend Berserk. Get the big ones if you want. Like, I don't want to because they're $50, and also because, like, I feel like I'm going to have to start with the very first ones, but I'm not going to read the very first ones because I've already read them in this. So, like, it doesn't seem worth it to me. I'd rather just get the series individually, but get those if you really want to read Berserk. And there's also, like, omnibuses of Attack on Titan. I forgot to say this, but get those. Also, you could get, like, the early volumes at Five Below, so it's a very easy series to get into. You can get for half as much as what it costs. The Berserk, very, very good series. Definitely deserves the hype. Wish the fan base would kind of dial it back a bit, but very good. I want to read more of this. At some point, I'll probably go on Amazon, get the next, what would it be, like 4 volumes, I think it would be. Yeah, 4. Get those, try them, read them, and then continue the series at Barnes & Noble. Alright, next up are all the Bs. I don't have a lot of the other Bs, so I'm not going to warrant fucking splitting these off into different parts, or different recordings, so it's going to go through all of them. And I've been singing a lot of praise so far. Here's where I'm going to start having not all positive things to say. First up is Blackbird. I found this at a Goodwill. Like I said, Goodwill books, dirt fucking cheap. I didn't finish it. It's obviously not for me. This is a fucking shonen, or not shonen, shoujo? I don't know. Fucking, the girl gets a sexy dude. That's it. It's obviously not for me. It's for girls. It's not for me. That's very clear. And yeah, I just didn't really finish it. I got like a chapter or 2 in, and like this is obviously not for me. I got it for like $2 or some shit, maybe like $1.50 maybe. It's a Goodwill book. You just try them and then you own them, because no one's gonna take these off your hands. So this is just in the collection now. Yeah, if you like these type of books where a sexy vampire dude wants your pussy, have at it, chief. But for me, that's not it. And speaking of Black Butler Volume 1 and 2, got this on accident in my fucking freshman year of high school. Volume 2, got that on accident, so got Volume 1 so I could read it like a year later. I don't like it. I did not like Black Butler. Like, the first 2 volumes, they feel very different to me for some reason. Like, the tone of them feel pretty different. And again, I just think this is not really a series for me. You can always find like a shit ton of these volumes at Barnes & Noble, so I don't know. I hear it's good, the anime at least, but am I ever gonna really finish this or even continue it? The answer is a simple no. I did not like Black Butler. Might just not be for me. But one I have a more of a positive opinion on for these, I'm gonna move these over here. I kind of just threw them over on my bed, but one I have more of a positive opinion on, I'm just not really far in, and I don't like the community for it. Black Clover Volume 1 and 2. I'm going to speak for the Death Battle fans who got turned off of Black Clover because of how the community acted during Deku vs. Asta. Give the series a shot, or at least the first volume, because it's pretty good. I don't have the most interest to continue it. Like, if I continue it, I will. I don't have the most, like, keen interest in doing it, but it's a good series. And so far, at least, I like it. Like, Asta's a pretty good character. I do like, what's his name? I forget his name, the rival. Say it on here. It's not saying on here. Well, fuck me. Well, the rival, whatever his name was. I like him. He's cool. The community sucks ass. The Black Clover community fucking sucks. Like, goddamn, did I realize how shitty that community was during Deku Asta when the sneak peek got leaked. But the series, from what I've read, it's pretty good. I might continue it one day. I would say it is worth your time. At least the first volume is worth the time. I have not seen the anime yet, so I don't know if that's any good, but Black Clover, I like this well enough. I wish it didn't have such a bad reputation with it, at least for Death Battle fans, but what are you gonna do about it? And the next one up is one of the classics I know jack shit with, is Bleach. The first 3 volumes, because I found volume 3 at a Goodwill, and I think I already had a volume 1 at that point, so I said, fuck it, I might as well keep an eye out for volume 2, and I just bought it on Amazon in my junior year, and I gave them a read, and it's been a couple years. I haven't really bothered with the series since then, but from what I remember reading, it's good. It's a long series, so I don't know if I'm going to finish all of it anytime soon. I would like to get more into Bleach, because from what I hear of it, the art is very good for the first half. It's plenty of detailed art. And then later on, it just doesn't have it as much because I think that wasn't selling as well. So it's just like, you don't have that ambition to do it. The manga didn't have that ambition to do it, which I don't blame him for. I absolutely do not blame him for. But Bleach, I like it. I can definitely see why it was considered one of the big 3. I don't know if it still is, or if that's Dragon Ball, One Piece, and Naruto. But this is a good series. And then, Blue Exorcist Volume 1, I just read this a couple years ago, and I remember nothing of it. I've tried getting into the anime a couple of times, and I just couldn't. I don't know if this is a well-liked series or not. I would like to continue Blue Exorcist at some point in time, but it's not high up there on my priorities. I read this as a freshman in 2019. I think maybe it was even before it turned 2019. It was still 2018. I don't fucking remember. It was years ago. The Blue Exorcist, I don't know. From what I remember, it was fine, but I don't really remember much about it. So, it's just there. And then Boruto, I just didn't like. I haven't read all of Naruto. That'll become apparent later, but I just found this boring. Like, this is a boring volume. I read this in 8th grade because it was at a book fair. You remember those? You remember the Scholastic book fairs? They still had that in middle school. So I just saw this. I'm like, it's a manga. I think it was cheap, so I just bought it, and it's boring. I remember nothing of it, and I kind of zoned out for a couple of pages. It's not at all an interesting series. If you like it, Godspeed to you, but I just don't. Alright, next is Cells at Work Volume 1. I couldn't really get into the manga. I read this as a freshman, and I just didn't really get into it. I can respect it, though. There's obviously a lot of, detail. It's very educational. I see the appeal to it. I did watch the anime, the first season of it, and I liked what I watched. That was a couple of years ago. I don't remember most of it, but I can definitely see the appeal. I know, there's a video of a doctor, an actual doctor reacting to the anime. I haven't seen that yet, but I want to at some point. But the manga just didn't really do anything for me. I just checked it out because I was hearing a lot about it in 2019. I'm like, okay, well, I see the manga, and I want to watch read a lot of stuff I have never seen before. So, yeah, a lot of my stuff in freshman year are just stuff that I just started brand spanking new, and then I started doing less and less of that, to where I mostly focused on series I knew stuff about, or I was already started, and obviously I still read plenty that I didn't really read before, but I stopped doing that as much because I was not finding a lot of good shit when I was doing that, and now I'm trying to do a mix of that. But Cells at Work, it's a fine manga. It's not really one I'm going to continue at all, but it's fine. I definitely see the appeal of it. It's good. It's just a good manga. It's simple 7 out of 10 manga. Alright, next we have Chainsaw Man. We have up to volumes 1 to volume 12, the start of the newest arc. I want to find volume 13. I've been looking for volume 13, but I just haven't found it anywhere. But Chainsaw Man, I kind of have a mixed reception at it at the start. I saw Volume 1 was really fucking good. And then, like, Volumes, like these four, or these three, Volume 2, 3, and 4, I just kind of had a mixed reception to. It might be was Volume 4, it might have been my fault. It probably was my fault, because I took a bit of a break between Volume 4 and Volume 3. So I kind of forgot a good amount of what was happening. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? With Smakama specifically. That, I'll say that's probably my fault, not the manga's fault, but I kind of really just wasn't feeling Chainsaw Man. Like, I saw Volume 1 was really fucking good, and then it was just like 3 that I just didn't care for. And then I got to Volume 5, and I really liked Volume 5. Probably because of Rize, I really liked Rize. And also, this cover art is fucking awesome looking. And then I got to Volume 6, and I liked it for the most part, and then Rize, spoiler alert, died. So, I probably shouldn't be dropping spoiler alerts like that. I'll try not to, but yeah, Rize wasn't in it anymore. And then I kind of lost care. And then later on I said, fuck it, I might as well pick up Volume 7. And then I just started liking it again. And yeah, I just kept reading it. I kept reading it from there, and I really liked it, especially the last couple volumes of the first arc. I got really, really hooked on the Chainsaw Man then. And then Volume 12, I did like Volume 12 for the most part. We're starting from a new arc, so a lot of that hype from the last one isn't as much there. Denji is still there, though. I still like Denji. I like him more than fucking what's this lady's face? Asa. I like him more than Asa. Asa's fine though. She's all right. I'll probably grow to like her more as I read more. I just gotta find Volume 13. I can find Volume 14 at fucking Walmart, and Volume 13 just fucking not there. This is a really popular series. I'm just gonna wait for it to be in stock again, because I think I had the same issue as like Volume 9 for a bit. I don't remember. But Chainsaw Man, yeah. It took me a bit to really get into Chainsaw Man. And it was just one like, okay, I'm just not gonna bother. And then I just gave it another shot, and I really liked it. The anime did help, I will say that. I don't think the anime is like this top 10 perfect 10 out of 10 anime like a lot of people thought it was. I still consider it an 8 out of 10 though. That's great. And for me, 8 out of 10 is a great product, great thing. It was very, very good. I liked the anime. Kickback is a fucking banger and a half. I will never hear otherwise. But it did take me a bit to really get into Chainsaw Man. It's good. It's a very good anime, good manga. I am enjoying it so far. I can't wait to see where the anime goes, or fucking when the next part of the anime comes out. I think it's gonna be a movie, and that's gonna be Rize's bit, and then it's gonna be like fucking Demon Slayer with season 1, and then the Mugen Train, and then season 2. I have not seen past season 2 of Demon Slayer, but I like Chainsaw Man. It took a bit to grow on me. I can understand it might not be for everyone. I do think my biggest issue with Chainsaw Man, and this goes to like so much manga, it's just that the art can, because of it all being in black and white, and I know there's colored versions of it, but like I read these all in like black and white. There are colored versions, I just don't want to spend the extra bit on them. But sometimes it can just be hard to tell what I'm looking at, mainly because of like scenes where there's a lot of blood. It can be a bit difficult when it's all black and white. That might just be a me issue. But I would recommend Chainsaw Man. You can definitely get the first volume pretty easily. I'm pretty sure I've seen it at Five Below for $5, so I'd give it a chance. It's a very good series. It's definitely worth a lot of the hype it gets. Alright, one of my least favorites. Danganronpa, the animation, the manga. So, Danganronpa, the game, very great game. I love the game. The anime, it's serviceable. It's definitely more of like I made the mistake of having the anime be my first introduction to Danganronpa. A horrible decision. If you have not gotten to Danganronpa, do it for the games. And then like the anime, it kind of acts as like a fine enough recap of the games for the first part of it. And then the other stuff, it's like, do that after the video games, because they are their own thing and a very mixed bag. The manga, though, is just shit. So, the fucking manga, it just speedruns for the game. The entirety of the first volume goes over the first trial in a single volume. On paper, that doesn't sound bad, but the issue with that is that Monokuma gives the motive for the first killing on day 1. It's not built up over time. You're not given an opportunity to really learn who these characters are. And then before you know it, Leon's dead. Or not Leon, Sayaka. Sayaka's fucking dead. You don't get the chance to really know her through the manga. And then, trial. There's the trial. I don't even remember if there's a lot of time to really look and fucking explore. Oh yeah, there was. Oh, no, there wasn't. There's a few pages. And then the trial happens, and then Leon's dead. And then, right after the fucking trial, there's no motive. At the very end of the book, after the fucking trial, you know what the fucking, the fucking whoever the hell made the manga, whoever thought that was a good idea, decided right after the damn trial, right after the execution, oh, here's the next murder victim. And the way it fucking is structured in this volume, I don't know if it's like that for the rest of the series, or for the manga, but how it is structured is that right after the trial, same fucking day that the trial happened, the next murder happens. We don't have the motive, we don't really know the character, just right there. This is rushed. This is bad. This is fucking terrible. Please do not read this manga. I know there's multiple other manga, and I think they explore more of the world of Danganronpa, but Danganronpa, the animation, Volume 1, this specific one, not worth your time. It's not worth the fucking $13. Not worth it. Do not get this. Save your fucking time and money. This was bad. I really hate this. I hate this book. I love Danganronpa, but fucking A, this is bad. Don't let this be your introduction. Please, God. Have it be the games. Okay, now that I got my Danganronpa manga rant over, here's one I actually like. We have Dead Man Wonderland, and we have Volume 1, fucking 2, 3, and 4. And also I like how they're in, like, the prison. That's a really cool touch. And, for the quirkies, we got Volume 3 in Spanish that I got on Amazon that the seller sent me. And Volume 13, when I tried getting Volume 3. I just got Volume 13, it's in English. I have the last volume, I just need to get the other ones, and I also have a copy in Spanish. In case you want to read Danganronpa in Espanol. I don't know if it's like a Spanish thing, but for some reason, like, it has a different cover, or a different, like, you can kind of see, like, plastic, I think. It's weird. Like, let me, Volume 3 was very hard to get for a while there, and then they had it restocked. But you can kind of, I feel like you can kind of see the difference. It's like, you kind of see what I mean? Like, this is the Spanish copy. It has like a bit of a cover to it, it has a bit of a normal ass book cover to it. It's really weird. But Dead Man Wonderland, I need to finish the manga. I already know what happened in it, but this is a very good read so far. I really like Dead Man Wonderland. I got Volume 13, I just have to get to the point of being able to read it. It's one that I kind of have to get it all on Amazon, which isn't ideal for me. That might be one of my next focuses, just get the rest of this series. Same with like Soul Eater, which we'll get to later, for very similar reasons, but Dead Man Wonderland, this is a very good read. There is an anime, but it's unfinished, and it takes out a weird amount of characters that are in the manga. I didn't even finish the anime. The opening is amazing, though. Like, fucking Fade, I think it's called. Amazing opening. I love it. The manga, though, definitely read it. It is worth your time. Very good series. It sucks that it kind of got a shitty anime adaptation. Maybe one day it might get a remake. I would love to see that. This is worth the read. Next is a very short read, but it was very good. Deadpool Samurai Volume 1 and 2. I really love this. As a Deadpool fan, I really like this. And it's very short. Like, if you like Deadpool, please give this a read. It is well worth your time. There's even like a little All Might cameo in it where he saves Deadpool. It's awesome. He also one-shots a Thanos in it. So, All Might does. This is very fun. The premise is basically, if I remember correctly, it's been like 2 years since I've read this. But Deadpool goes to fucking Japan for something. I don't remember why. But then he kind of becomes a hero there. And I think it's supposed to fight like Loki. And he meets a bunch of different other like characters there. There's Sakura Spider, which is basically... her design is basically just Uraraka, but she was a Spider-Man. And then a digital pop singer was Venom. or not a digital pop singer, just a pop singer that had a Venom symbiote. It's a very wacky series. It's funny. It, like I said, it's only like 2 volumes long, so it's worth the read. And then there's also just like the biggest fourth wall break at the end, where just Deadpool is talking. Where the fuck is it? I don't see it anymore, which sucks. It's in here. Yeah, where Deadpool's just talking to the authors of the manga. It's very funny. If you like Deadpool, please give this a read. Like I said, it's not long. It's $20 total. It's $10 a volume. Deadpool Samurai, very, very fun read. I highly recommend this to anyone that likes Deadpool. This was fun. Alright, and now we are in for Hot Take City, because next we have Death Note. This is the Black Addiction edition, so basically kind of an omnibus. You got 3 of these. All the pages are all in black. Really cool aesthetic to it. It's like 2 volumes each. For a while there, I saw it was 3 volumes each, so I had to correct that in my math. So I think doing that, I'm at 461 volumes. I don't fucking know. But hot take time. I didn't like Death Note. I do think this is a good series to act as a gateway in the anime, especially if you like the more darker mystery anime manga. I got this because I needed to read a mystery book in my freshman year, and I could read manga, and I just find reading manga easier for me. I have dyslexia, so this is just way easier for me to do, and I can just get through them way fucking quicker. So I got these. It was like $15 a pop, so it's like $45 in total, I think. But yeah, I didn't like Death Note. The manga, I will admit, I did like it more from what I read than the anime. I watched the anime, I kind of just found myself uninterested most of the time. I totally see the appeal. I'm not saying Death Note's bad, I'm just saying I personally did not like Death Note. Much like Akira. Akira is not bad by any means. I totally see why it's so popular. I respect it for what it's done for anime in general in the West. I personally just didn't like it. And the same thing can kind of go to Death Note. I do like a lot of the Death Note memes. They're funny. But yeah, I just didn't like Death Note. I kind of found it a bit too sluggish for me. Light really brings it down a lot for me. I just hate Light so much as a character. I fucking despise him, and he does ultimately hurt the series for me. And I get the point. You're not supposed to like Light. You're supposed to hate him because he's a shitty person. I get that. It's just like, it just drags it down for me. I get the appeal to Death Note. I get why people love this. Another example, Breaking Bad. I get why people love Breaking Bad. It's just not for me personally. That is all. Don't hurt me for my opinion on Death Note, or Breaking Bad, or Akira. I see the appeal. It's a good solid read. I just didn't really like it, and I'm not really gonna ever continue it. And next up we have one that I have finished, Demon Slayer. You either love Demon Slayer or you hate Demon Slayer, and like I said, I finished it. I love Demon Slayer. You either love or you hate it. There's like no fucking in between. It feels like half the time, and I really like Demon Slayer. It's a great series. I saw the Mugen Train movie with a friend in theaters. That was fun. And hey, I really like it. I have not really continued the anime past season 2. It's just like, I know what happens in the manga. I finished the manga. I just haven't felt the exact motivation to do it. I do want to, though, at some point. And yeah, I fucking love Demon Slayer. I've said it before. I've said it a good amount of times. I think a lot of the hate Demon Slayer gets, half the time, it mostly just feels like, oh, this is really popular, so you gotta hate it. My Hero Academia gets that so goddamn much. Shit is painful. But Demon Slayer, I do really like the series. It's good. A lot of the hate it gets is unwarranted. There's like so many fucking like 2-hour-long essay videos on why Demon Slayer is so bad and why it's so poorly put together and shit like that. I'm just like, why? I'm not gonna watch them because like they're 2 hours long. Not everything needs a fucking multi-hour long video essay. I swear to God. I don't know. I like Demon Slayer. It's good. It's a very good series. I enjoy it. And also, as a little bonus thing, we have, let's put this up here. we have a spin-off manga. There's a couple of spin-off mangas for the series, but we have Stories of Water and Flame. This is kind of like a bit of it's a more of a fucking. Why am I blanking on the word? I can't. Why? I'm blanking on the fucking word. Why am I blanking on it? It's such an easy ass word. Prequel. They have a prequel to where the series starts with Volume 1, where it kind of goes more into Rengoku and goes into Giryu. This guy, my hand was covering that guy, that fucker. It goes a bit more into them and their stories, and I like it. I liked it a good amount. I have the rest of the series up on the shelf to show, which I did since I had Chainsaw Man and Dead Man Wonderland on there, which you couldn't see earlier because I'm right in front of it, but you can see there. I also have this fucking Starry, whatever the hell they call it now. This one I kind of put with the rest. I don't know why. It's just like, it's a spinoff. I don't feel the need to put it up there. Well, the main series, I do have it all up on the shelf normally, even though I have finished it, just like with Sash's Classroom. I finished it, but I like it more than enough to show it off on the main shelf and not on the secondary shelf where most of these go. It's almost 500 volumes. I'm not gonna fit this all on here. Like, until like fucking I don't remember what it was, 2022, I think it was, Christmas 2022, on Christmas Eve, I just took the time to fucking declutter this and put a lot in box because it was becoming a fucking safety hazard. Like, I feel like one wrong move, all that shit would have came tumbling onto me in my sleep and fucking killed me. So it was a good thing I did it. It made it a lot more clean. There's a lot of manga that are there that has just been boxed over time. Well, shelved onto a different shelf now. But Demon Slayer, I'm getting off track. Demon Slayer, really good series. A lot of the hate it gets, I feel like it's just because it's a really popular series and we have to hate what's popular. I've been in that mindset before as well when I was a middle schooler and an elementary student, so I don't know. I like Demon Slayer though. It's a good series. Alright, now we got a bunch of like one-off D series. Like, I got them and I didn't really continue them. First up is Demonizer Zilch. I got this as a fucking middle schooler and only found out after I bought this, and another one we'll get to later, that plastic wrap means it's porn. There's not really a lot of porn in here. There's like a few pages in a bathhouse and that's it, but when I did read it in high school, I say that and I didn't want to read Berserk because of that, but that's besides the point. When I did read it in high school, I kind of found it to be just okay from what I remember. I don't know, from what I remember, basically, a guy can summon demons to fight other demons. I don't know. I don't fucking remember. This is forgettable. It's fine, I guess. I don't know, it's okay. I just forgot everything that happened in this one. That's basically it. I just didn't really watch it because I didn't want to... I don't know. It exists. That's all I could say about it. It goes in the existence corner. And next up is one I found at Goodwill, Destiny's Hand. I read this in 8th grade, and I honestly remember liking it. I never really bothered to continue the series, but I liked it. I liked what I read. I thought Volume 1 was pretty good. Pretty alright series. I don't know how many other volumes there are of this, or if they're cheap. They might be. This is one of those series that you kind of only hear about because you just find it by random and like, okay, this is like $2, sure, I'll buy it. I don't know. It was fine for what I remember. Very, very simple thing. I don't know. Maybe one day I'll get Volume 2 and continue it. I don't know. It's not a top priority thing. And then one I did not like is Don't Toy With Me, Miss Nagatoro. I only got this because on the back, like, it was when I was just looking at, like, the age rating for some reason, and this one does not have an age rating on it anywhere. I didn't like it. I did not like Don't Toy With Me, Don't Toy With Me, Miss Nagatoro. I see the appeal. I just don't like it. I find Nagatoro just way too obnoxious, and I get that's the point. It still don't mean I like it. I did give the first season of the anime a shot, and like, I didn't like it for the first half, but I powered through it. The second half, like the last couple episodes, I'm like, okay, this is fine. I'd never really bothered to check season 2 out. Maybe I will at some point. I don't know. I just didn't really like Miss Nagatoro. Yeah. And then next up is the OG Dragon Ball Omnibus. So first 3 volumes. I got this from my brother because he fucking loves Dragon Ball. This was his childhood. And I got into Dragon Ball way late. I've been needing to finish the original anime. It's just so painfully slow to do it. But this was good. I do think the first arc in the OG Dragon Ball is amazing. It really just helps you to get to know the characters, get introduced to the series. Well, at least to get to know Goku and Bulma and kind of Yamcha there. And I guess the pig, Oolong. I think the first arc of the OG Dragon Ball is very good. It definitely helps to get you into the series. After that, it's kind of like a mixed bag for me. Like, there's good arcs. There's arcs I feel like are kind of held back by pacing. That goes for a lot. Like the fucking whole army arc with Goku fighting the Red Ribbon Army. I was just like, okay, there's a lot of very slow bits in here that, like, you could cut these out. And it gets early anime. I get that. That's the issue. I would love to finish the original anime. I don't think I'm really going to read through the entirety of the manga just because it's long. I do respect Akira Toriyama to no ends. Great manga. Sad he passed away recently. But the OG Dragon Ball, I did like this. And then while we're on Dragon Ball, the only other Dragon Ball anime I have, Dragon Ball Super Volume 1. I found this at Meyer. I never found Volume 2 at Meyer, but I did find Volume 3. I just never bought it. But yeah, I like this. I want to get more into Dragon Ball. I want to go to the original. I want to go for Z. I'm probably going to skip GT. And I want to get into Super. Because from what I could tell, Super has the characters that got me more interested in watching Dragon Ball. Outside of Roshi. I fucking love Roshi. Like, I want to get into Beerus. I want to get into fucking Vegeta. I want to get into Broly. Specifically Broly from the 2018 movie. Because that Broly seems a heck of a lot cooler than the other Broly. I don't know why I said heck of a lot. What am I, fucking middle schooler? Anyways, I want to get into Super. I want to get into Super with the anime. But the volume I read, I liked it. It's very good. One day I will continue it, maybe. Hopefully. This is definitely a classic. I see why. Okay, this next one, I don't fully know what to say with it. I like it, but I have my issues. And I'm gonna say right now, this whole part, spoiler warning for Elfen Lied. Spoiler warning for Elfen Lied, but this is the omnibus, so it has 3 volumes in one. But we got volume 1, we got volume 2, we got volume 3, and we have the final one, volume 4. Spoiler warning for Elfen Lied. If you want to check out Elfen Lied, I recommend the manga. I have not watched the anime, but from what I've heard regarding the anime, the ending is different from the manga, and it's not good. It ended before the manga did. Always a bad call whenever something does that, because the ending will not be as good. I don't know if there's like okay, side rant before I get into Elfen Lied here. Why do anime companies feel the need to end an anime before the manga ends? Because it's never going to be as good. You're solely in the overall experience. Soul Eater is a good example of this. The manga ending's amazing. Why does the anime have such a shit ending? Why did it part from the original series? I don't know if there's like an insider reason for this, or a legal reason, but I fucking hate when it does that. Anyways, Elfen Lied, manga. I like it overall, but I have opinions. So, from what I could tell, Elfen Lied has a very mixed reception. Like, it's decently liked, but there's also a lot of people who don't like it and consider it overrated. I can't speak for the anime, because I think that's what most people talk about regarding Elfen Lied. But manga-wise, I like it, but I have 2 glaring issues. One of which is massive spoiler warning. The other one is just kind of something weird. The one that's not spoiler warning, barely disguised fetishes. They are fucking in this. They are in this series. Like, there's one girl, I don't remember her name, but she has a fucking issue. Her issue is, like, all the characters, they have issues, but this one girl's issue is that she constantly pisses herself, so she wears a diaper. It's weird. There's a lot of, like, on tonight's episode, the writers barely disguise fetishes. It feels very much like that isn't Elfen Lied. There's also a good amount of nudity. Weird amount of nudity with, like, the younger characters. It's weird. It's not, like, sexual or any way. It's all, like, traumatic shit. So, I don't know. Story-wise, I think it's good. But the part I have issue with, that spoiler warning wise, is that they are afraid to kill off characters. Like fucking Lin Okamoto, he is afraid to kill off characters, and holy shit does it ruin the impact for a fair amount of scenes. Like when he does kill them off, they are good executions. But there's one fucking character, I don't remember his name off the top of my head. There are times where he should have died, especially one which I am very pissed about, where he should have died and it would have been so much better. Not because I hate him, but because of the impact it would have had. So, I haven't read the series since my senior year. That's when I read the whole thing. In my senior year of high school, I read all 4 of the omnibus volumes, which are 12 in total. But basically, this one guy was hired to go and kill Lucy. Okay? And then, like, he gets his ass handed to him. And I think he was about to get killed by another Dicloni. But throughout the series, up to that point, there was another character, a little girl, who was sexually assaulted by her stepfather. There's a lot of dark themes in this, and I guess it's up to people who suffered through that to say if the manga does a good job at portraying it and handling topics like this, very touchy topics. Not my area to talk about, but moving on. But he kind of like helps her a bit. He's still a piece of shit. He's kind of a racist to the Dicloni, from what I remember. But helping this character, he does become a better person, and he ends up sacrificing himself for her. He gets fucking cut in half. It's like, fucking man, it's just split in twain. Lower half fucking gone. So, like, it's like a self-sacrifice thing where he finally becomes a better person. And then he lives. It shows that he survived it, and, like, why? Like, cool that he lived, but also, like, why? It sullies the entire impact of that entire scene. Of that entire sacrifice, and then he lives. Like, yeah, he doesn't have his lower half, but still. I don't know, there's a good amount of, like, fake-out deaths in this series. That's, like, the prime one for me that irks me the most. But overall, I did enjoy Elfen Lied. I have my issues. Barely this guy's fetishes, and why are there so many of them here? But I did like it overall. If you want to get into Elfen Lied, I'd recommend the manga. There's also just a lot of, like, dark shit for the sake of dark shit. Like I said, the whole stepfather saying, we all know the dog murder scene, the puppy murder. That's kind of just dark. It's, again, up to interpretation if they're there for the sake of shock value or generally storytelling. But, yeah, I opened the page, and it's just on titties. The first thing I see is titties. Oh, good. Like I said, Elfen Lied, I can see why people have issue with it. I personally, overall, had enjoyment with it. I have my issues with it, but I overall can say I liked my experience. Even if there are glaring issues with the book. But, yeah. Also, the main character sucks. Not Lucy, but the guy. What the hell is his name? Does it say on here? I don't know. Probably says on one of these volumes. Let's say on this one. Kota, I think his name is. I don't know, but he sucks. He's the most oblivious motherfucker ever. There's like 4 girls that wants his dick, and he's just painfully oblivious. I know, like, big fucking saying lists these, because it's kind of a romance harem thing, kind of, sorta. But it's also like, this one girl is fucking rubbing herself right in front of you, and you don't acknowledge shit. Why? How? What the fuck? There's also a lot of piss scenes. I mentioned that. I don't know why. Why are there so many scenes of the girls pissing themselves? I don't know why. I always feel weird saying, like, I did overall like my experience with this. These are issues. I can't get that through enough. These are issues. But as an overall experience, I enjoyed it. I do not condone the piss shit. I don't know why it's so prevalent. But overall, solid experience. I have my issues. There's your warning if you want to go ahead and read this. But yeah, that's Elfen Lied for you. Oh god. So next up is Fairy Tail. We got volume 1 through volume 5, as well as Volume 1 of Blue Mistral. Like I said, I already said my love for Fairy Tail back when I talked about Volume 6, because that's over there to be read later on. But yeah, Fairy Tail's just very good. I don't know why it gets so much hate. If it's the power of friendship thing, then, I don't know. Whenever people say it's a One Piece knockoff, that's kind of just annoying, but whatever. The Fairy Tail, I love it. I want to finish the anime. I want to get more caught up into the manga. And Blue Mistral, I don't remember why I picked this up. It was like the summer between 7th and 8th grade, so I think I was like 13 when I got this. But I like Blue Mistral. I like Wendy as a character. At the time, she was one of my favorites. I think now, if I had to pick a favorite, it would be Urza. Urza, and then maybe Gagio. I love Gagio. It's fucking awesome. But Fairy Tail, obviously I love it. I have Volume 6. I want to get more caught up in the series. It is like 63 volumes long, so that's going to eat up so much time to get caught up with, but I'd say it's worth it. I say that when I'm not really too keen to get caught up on fucking Attack on Titan. I know, my logic's weird. I just really love Fairy Tail. This shit's good. It's probably one of my favorites, even though I've not finished the entirety of the anime. But, yeah, I like Fairy Tail. Good series. I want to read more of it. Alright, we got one I think people judge purely on one aspect and one aspect only. Fire Force. I really like Fire Force. I haven't really gotten to the anime yet, but the manga, I'm enjoying. I know how some of it ends. Like, manga-wise, I know how the ending goes for a good bit. Excuse me, sorry. But I see... Also, we got 1 up to Volume 12. This is as far as I'm at. I've been waiting for Barnes & Noble to have the next volume. They just haven't yet. I might just go online. But a lot of people judge Fire Force and call it bad for one reason only, and that is one of the characters who is basically just fan service. She has this weird fucking ability where she's incredibly unlucky and accidentally keeps getting groped. Yeah. People judge the entire series off that alone, and it is incredibly hollow. Fire Force is generally just a good series. It has a really good story so far. I'm really enjoying it. I do like the characters. I do like getting out of the characters. People really gotta stop judging it based on, I think it's Maki, I think her name is. Really gotta stop judging it based on Maki. For the love of God, this is a very good series. It has great world building to it, and I just really like it. It's good. Many too many people judge it on one aspect alone. Like, Shinra's a really cool protagonist. I do like all the other characters in it. Is it Maki? Maki might be the other one. I don't know. There's a muscle girl. A lot of people like the muscle girl. That might be Maki. Maki's either that or the fox girl that has the stripping issue. But the story building in this series is very good. The world building, very good. The anime opening is a fucking banger. I have not gotten to the anime that much, but the fucking opening, peak. It is beautiful. I love it. This is just a very good series all around. I think a lot of people poorly judge it for one aspect only, which is incredibly unfair and incredibly hollow. Sure, we'll go judge all of One Piece for Nami's design. At that point, just do that. It's stupid to do that. That's my point. I'd give Fire Force a shot. I'm pretty sure you can find like the first volume or two pretty cheaply and easily. It's a good series. I would highly recommend checking it out. Especially if you like Soul Eater, because, spoiler alert, well, it also just says, from the creator of Soul Eater. So if you love Soul Eater, which is an amazing series, give Fire Force a shot. You will love it. We got a classic, or I guess more of a modernish classic. I say that, but it's like from the 2000s. Full Metal Alchemist Volume 1 and 2. I have a funny little story with this one. When I got it at Comic-Con, the person that was selling it tried to say, like, there's like $5 a volume, and she had like 6 volumes, said, I'll give you a deal, $30 for all 6 volumes. I didn't realize till after, that's just telling me how much it is normally. So, I just bought the first 2 volumes. I didn't have 30 anyways, but yeah, Fullmetal Alchemist. I haven't really watched this in a long-ass time, but like, is that something on that? Yeah. I liked it. I liked what I read. I do need to get into the anime, probably Brotherhood, because I think that's more accurate to the manga. I would like to get more into Fullmetal Alchemist, because from what I could tell, this is a very good series. I just haven't really had the opportunity to do so. The manga's also like has this like reflective cover to it. It's really fucking cool. Like, I would love to get more into Full Metal Alchemist one of these days. And now we got like 4 in a row where I only have like 1 volume of it. First one is a Goodwill find, Gun Parade March. I found this to be extremely boring. I have literally nothing to say about this one at all. It exists. I don't know. This is one I haven't read since like 2017. Hatsune Miku Mikuban. Yeah, I don't know if this is like official or anything. I just found it at Barnes & Noble. I was really into Miku then, so I bought it. And it's fine, from what I remember. It's a very simple little story. Nothing all too special. I don't know, if you like Hatsune Miku, or Vocaloid in general, you might like it. I don't know, but it's an alright little story. Next is High School DxD Volume 1. Yeah, I don't think the manga is actually complete, because if I remember correctly, this is either a light novel or a web novel. I don't know, but Volume 1 of the manga, it's fine. I have watched the anime. I know bits and pieces of the web stuff, but yeah. I think it's fine, but not really anything I plan to continue. And the same thing goes for the next of Hunter x Hunter Volume 1. I did like this. I did like this volume. I need to get more into the anime, though. And, like, the manga, this is very just wall of text. I don't think this volume is that bad, but I've seen some other volumes, and holy shit. There's, like, a page where there's, like, 2 panels of the characters, and the rest of it is just text. Like, that's fine, but it's also, like, I don't know, I don't want to read it because of that. I think I'll just do the anime. But from what I remember this volume, pretty good. I'm probably not really ever going to continue it, but it's a pretty good read. Maybe I'll get, like, the next couple or so volumes if I ever find them. There, we got a good couple of them. Let's go and put into one right now, because it's all the same series, just different parts. We got JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Phantom Blood, the first 3 volumes. Yeah, this is really good. Like, JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Phantom Blood, it's very simple, but it's good. It doesn't go too crazy for the most part. It's a very good series, good read, and it's not long. It's only like 3 volumes, so it's not that long of a read. Even though JoJo is longer, I feel like the single volumes of JoJo are typically longer than most manga, because, like, how much is... Like, when does the last chapter of this one start? Page 222. It's like 247 pages-ish. Feels a bit longer. I don't know, maybe that's just me not paying attention to how many pages are in a volume of manga. But, hey, Phantom Blood, very good, very easy-ish to get into regarding JoJo, and it's not a long read. I really like Phantom Blood. It is simple, but it works. Then we got... Battle Tendencies, all 4 volumes of it. Again, very good. I don't like it as much as Phantom Blood overall, but it's still a good series. I do like Joseph. I don't find it to be as memorable. Mainly with, like, the villain. Dio I just find to be a much better antagonist than the Pillarmen. It's still very good read overall. My biggest issue with getting JoJo volumes is that they are $20 a pop. That's twice as much as a normal book, so I don't have the incentive to get these as much, because I could get 2 for the price of one of these. Like 2 other books, mostly. And then the one that I'm currently in manga-wise is Stardust Crusaders. We got the first 4 volumes. I already showed volume 5 and 6 earlier. You can see them right there. Just chilling there. I forget how slow... I do like the anime, Stardust Crusaders. I forget how slow it kind of is early on. Volume 4, it definitely is, like, currently probably the better one, just because, like, you got Inaba and you got Steely Dan. I feel like there are some more interesting stands of the first part. Mainly because Inaba was at least decently hyped up, and Steely Dan is just a dick. So, it's satisfying when Jotaro gets to the point where he can just beat the shit out of him. I got the next 2 after this I gotta read. I know it's a good chunk longer than the part 2, so it might take me a bit to get through it. Because I've been working on these for a good couple of years, I think. I don't know. I do like it, though. I like part 3 overall. It does have its issues, but especially in the first half, with it being fairly slower. But I do overall like part 3. It's a good read. Next, we have Jujutsu Kaisen Volume 1, 2, and 3. I have seen Volume 0. I've contemplated picking that up because from what I can tell, it's a prequel and you're safe to read it. I don't know. I know in Japan, it released on the same day as Volume 3. But in the West, I think it released between either volume... It released either before or after Volume 8. So I'm not really sure when to pick it up. I know a good amount of the major spoilers regarding Jujutsu Kaisen. It's one of those ones where it's hard not to get spoiled if you ever go on the internet. Especially on, like, Twitter or some shit. But there's been a fucking flame war between Jujutsu Kaisen fans and My Hero Acca fans on Twitter. I don't know why. I guess one of them said one can solo the other verse or some shit. I don't know. But Jujutsu Kaisen, it's good. I'm not as into the manga as I was the anime. I watched the first season of the anime. I need to watch 0, and then I need to watch season 2. Where I typically watch my anime, it's a pirated site. I was going to watch Jujutsu Kaisen 0 on there, but it's a movie, and apparently now that site I watch, you can't watch movies without subscription to it. I'm pretty sure everything on that site is pirated, so that's fucking weird. So, but yeah, I tried getting Volume 4 yesterday, but Barnes & Noble didn't have it. I'm just going to wait for them to have it in stock, because this is a very popular series right now. It's just going to be a matter of when it's in stock, and not if it'll be ever in stock. But yeah, I do like Jujutsu Kaisen. I definitely liked Volume 1 more than I did the other 2. Again, that might also just be my own fault of... I read Volume 1 and then waited a good bit before reading Volume 2, just because, like, it wasn't top priority for me, so... That could be my fault, not Jujutsu Kaisen's fault. But I kind of forgot Yuji died at the end of Volume 1. It's like, wait, what the fuck's going on again? But, yeah, Jujutsu Kaisen, really good series. I can see why it's really popular. I do like the anime more. I gotta get to Season 2 here soon, but... I like it. I would like to continue it, but, like... It's not entirely top priority. If I find Volume 4, and I'll pick it up then. And I'll continue the series from there whenever I can. It's definitely a good series. I see why it's really popular. Even if the fans can be a bit obnoxious, but that's a lot of modern anime fans. Jesus Christ, why there's so many like that. Alright, we got a bunch more one-offs, so here we go. Kaguya-sama Love is War. I checked this out in my junior year. I thought it was fine, but not really one I really cared to go out of my way to pick up. Yeah, mostly because, like, I had to get this on Amazon. Barnes & Noble, they only have, like, the later volumes of Kaguya-sama Love is War. So, that's not fun. So, it's definitely one I have to actually go out of my way to get, which, yeah. I liked it well enough for what I read, but it wasn't really one I was too interested in picking up and continuing. I did check out episode 1 of the anime, and it was alright. I didn't really bother to continue after that. I will still always remember the fact that when it came to dubbing the series, they started with Season 2 and then Season 1. Why do that? I don't get it. Also, fun. I've seen some out-of-context clips with the dub. My favorite fucking one will always just be the narrator. He's just like, are they gonna do it? And like, the main two are gonna kiss, and then they don't. It's like, oh, come on! You can hear him fucking walking away from his mic. That's fucking funny. It reminds me very much of the one guy from the Zombieland Saga dub, I forget his name, but you could just tell the actor had so much fun. I should check out the anime at some point, give it another shot, but yeah, manga-wise, it's fine. Maybe I'll continue it one day, but it's not top priority. Here is probably my most pricey purchase. Yeah, $33. Kamen Rider, the Classic Collection. This is like $32. I have not seen Kamen Rider. It's a series I know is incredibly popular in the death battle community and has been growing popularity since. I have not watched it because, from what I could tell, it's all in Japanese with English subtitles. I have a reading disability, so subtitles are not easy for me. That's been my main reason, like, I have not checked it out. I want to check it out at some point, just sit down and give it a watch. Because I read this because, like, Kamen Rider is really popular. I feel like I should at least give something a shot. and I know this is the first Kamen Rider. And because a thumbnail of mine, Captain America vs. Kamen Rider Ichigo, that won an award at the official Death Battle Awards for season 9. So that was awesome. I got a free shirt out of that. So now by proxy, I like this matchup. I have a bias towards it. And also I figured because of that, I should at least give this a shot because it's a manga. I can easily read that. It's pricey. It was $33. But I like this. It was really good. I like Ichigo. Or, well, I forget what his actual name is. I'm pretty sure it's like different in here. Takashi? Yeah, Takashi? I don't know. But I really like this. This was a very good read. I enjoyed it. It was worth the $33. I will be honest there. This was worth it. It's also nice hardcover fucker. I did actually very much enjoy this read. And now Kamen Rider saying I didn't enjoy the read as much. Kamen Rider Kuga Volume 1. Apparently, Kuga, like, Kamen Rider fans love the series that this one is from, the TV show. Apparently, the manga wasn't that good and had a lot of translation errors. So, I'm not the only one that didn't really like this. I don't know, from what I've heard, they did reprint Volume 1 and 2 because they had a lot of translation errors. But, I don't know, I just didn't really like this. I was bored and was like, I'm not really a fan of it. I don't know. I don't think I'm gonna continue this one, at least not anytime soon, unless I hear like Volume 2 is so much better and they fix all the issues and shit like that. I don't really think I'm gonna continue this anytime soon. Next is just one I have not read, Kingdom Hearts 2 Volume 2. I don't have Volume 1. I found this for like 20 cents at a thrift store. This was incredibly cheap, so I just bought it, and hey, maybe one day I'll pick up Volume 1 of Kingdom Hearts 2 and maybe play the games. And then Kirby Manga Mania, I was kind of disappointed by this. I just thought it was going to be fun Kirby shit. It is, but Kirby talks in this and it's very weird. It's fine. It wasn't what I was expecting, but it was a fine enough read. If you like Kirby, you'll probably get a good enough kick out of it to say like, oh yeah, this is worth reading. I know it's Volume 1, so that implies that there's can I pick that up? Yeah, it implies there's multiple of this. I probably won't check out the others, but it's neat. There's also a Mario one of this I'll get to later. I think it worked better with Mario. Just because seeing Mario talk isn't as bizarre as seeing Kirby talk. This little, boya, little fucker, he shouldn't be saying, what up, dee-dee-dee. It was a good enough read. Okay, we got Konosuba, An Explosion on This Wonderful World, and we have Volume 1, 2, and then Volume 3. I did not like the manga that much. I don't know. Like, it was fine. I think the Explosion one was fine for the most part. I do like Mega Man, but I just don't really have too much interest in this one. I think I mostly just like how she bounced off the other characters. But I say that, and then for some reason, I like the light novels more. Yeah, I got the light novels. I accidentally... Okay, so basically, I bought this before the pandemic, and then the pandemic started, and then when Barnes & Noble opened, I was like, you know what, I binged Konosuba during the pandemic. I might as well pick up the second volume of Explosion. I bought this. I didn't realize, oh, wait a minute, it's the light novel. So, then I decided to get Volume 1 at some point. But then I got these two. I don't remember when, but I got them. And, yeah, I think I read these in my junior year, and then I read Volume 1 of the light novel in my junior year. I found that. But I didn't read Volume 2 until my senior year, but while I found the manga to be kind of underwhelming, I actually really liked the light novel. I don't know. I don't know why I liked one over the other. They're the same fucking story, but who knows? This won't be the first case where I like the light novel version of something more than the manga version. Also, we have Konosuba, God's Blessing on This Wonderful Earth. We only have one volume of this. I haven't found the others. Barnes & Noble will carry like volume 6, 7, and 8, but God forbid any of the earlier ones. I just gotta go online. And I like the Konosuba anime, but I didn't really care as much for the manga. I don't know. Maybe I do want to continue this at some point. I like Konosuba. But yeah, I've been restarting the anime lately because I feel Season 3 is coming out soon, so I kind of want to watch the first 2 seasons, the movie, and then watch season 3 after that, kind of refresh myself a bit. But overall, kind of mediocre, surprisingly good, and this is just good. Yeah, that's Konosuba. I also have like these two plushies over here of fucking Kazuma and Aqua. They gave the Aqua plush titties. They gave her massive fucking honkers. It's funny. And just like Assassin's Classroom, we have another one of my favorites. Homie Can't Communicate. This is the only series I've been caught up to date with every volume released ever since I started it. I think because when I started it, there's only like 3 volumes out. So yesterday, I went and bought volume 39, or not 39, 29. I finished it that very day. I love it. I love Homie Can't Communicate. Excuse me. I know ever since the anime anime came out, it had a bit of a mixed reception, mostly people just saying that it's only well liked because boys dream of friending Silent Girl or whatever the fuck, I don't know. I like the series because like I feel like I can relate to Komi. I know, big fucking shocker. Someone that likes Komi relates to her. Just because like I suffer from horrible social anxiety, like god awful horrible anxiety, social anxiety. It's not as bad as what it once used to be. It's still not good though. So social interactions in person, I very much struggle with. So this is a very good book for me to read, and now I just read it because I love it. Like volume 5 was my favorite for the longest time, and then like volume I don't even know what one it was, but the one where they finally got to the point where it was building up to. That was my favorite. Valentine's Day in the second year. That was my favorite. That's my favorite volume now. After that, it's kind of been a bit of a hit and miss for me with the series. I mostly do still like it, but I haven't been as interested in the newer characters as I was as some of the older ones. You know, besides the one creep that I wish just stopped getting screen time. For God's sakes, axe her. Get rid of her. There's other characters I'd rather see have screen time. They're so much fucking better than her. Why is she keep getting it? God damn. Anyone that knows the series knows what I'm talking about. But, yeah, I fucking love Komi. Like, I think when I started reading it, I started reading it in my sophomore year of high school, and I think when I started reading it, there's only like 2 or 3 volumes out. Ever since then, I've been up to date. It's the only series where I actively go and check, okay, when is the next volume coming out? So I know that when to go to Barnes & Noble and get it. Because the whole reason why I was at Barnes & Noble yesterday was to get volume 29. And yeah, I love this series. And then I read that volume in like a fucking day, Jesus. But I have all these I gotta read through. Like up until Fairy Tail. Everything about Fairy Tail I had to read, but I just instantly got to, as soon as I finished the JoJo I was reading, part 4, or volume 4, part 3, I instantly went to Komi. I read that in the day. I fucking loved it. I really like the series. I feel like we are in the last couple volumes of it, maybe. I have a feeling the series is going to end at the end of the 3rd year of high school. Komi will succeed in making 100 friends. I feel like that's a very fitting place to end the series off. Personally speaking, I have another series, I have a similar theory to it, and I'll get to that way later. That's a while. But Komi Can't Communicate, I love it. I know it's not going to be for everyone. It's a slice of life series, and if you're already not a fan of slice of life, you're not going to care. And the Komi praise, I will admit, does get annoying. The Komi praise in the universe, with how many characters praise her for her looks, I will admit it does get annoying. Volume 5, it is notable that they do cut that off a bit more. A lot more people are chill with it. I do enjoy that. That makes it far more better and more enjoyable. Probably why Volume 5 was my favorite for so long. But yeah, I love the series. I do think the part of the series that was in the 2nd year will be my favorite part. But like the 3rd year so far, it's been mostly hit or miss with me. Mostly good, but like there's one volume the whole time I was like, okay, next chapter, I guess. Rimiko is, I think that's her name. I forget names so easily, but Rimiko, best girl, even though Komi and Tano is the morally correct option. Love the series, so I can't wait for volume 30. So one of the first ones here that technically isn't a manga, I just put in here anyways, is Lost at Sea. This is made by the same person that did Scott Pilgrim, Brian Lee O'Malley. I got this thinking I was getting a different book. I got this when I was researching Travis Touchdown to Scott Pilgrim at the time for Fiction v Fiction. I saw this was the book that I was told gave Scott a bunch of buffs regarding subspace. I have since read that. It did not. But that's the point. Lost at Sea was a pretty good read. I don't really remember too much about it, but I would recommend giving this a read, especially if you like Scott Pilgrim. I think you'll like Lost at Sea. It's definitely a different story, but like, it's the same creator. It's overall a good package. You're in for a pretty solid read with this. Like, I overall like this. It's not really one I'm gonna probably read too often. I've only read it the one time, but I did enjoy my read. I don't regret it. And while I did get the wrong book, I still had my fun with this. This was overall just a nice read overall. I know I'm saying the same thing, but it is. It's also been a few years, so I don't remember much of the stuff in it, but I remember it being good. And one I briefly talked about earlier, Madoka Magica Rayfark Volume 1 and Volume 2. Bought these from the same seller on eBay. I think these were the last volumes they had of this series, but I've been on a Madoka Magica kick lately. Because, like, recently I rewatched the original anime, and then I decided, you know what, let's check out the movies. I watched the first two movies, found out after I rented them that they're just recaps of the original anime, so whoopsie doodle. And then I watched Rebellion, and I fucking loved it. Out of all the things I checked out this year that are brand new to me, it is my favorite thing so far. I love Madoka Magica Rebellion. Please watch Madoka Magica and then watch Rebellion. But as for Rayfark, this is, from what I could tell, an in-between between the anime and Rebellion. So, and it does a good job closing those gaps. I especially noticed it with Sayaka and her in-between and how Madoka got Sayaka. As well as, it seems like it is building up to how QB got his hands on, I'm gonna save that. Watch Rebellion. It is like 10 years old or some shit, but watch it. But the Rayfark, this is a very good read. I am very much enjoying it. I can't wait to get the volume 3 when I finish these 2 volumes of JoJo. Also, you can kind of see, I put figures up. You can kind of see them. Now, you sort of somewhat see them. Yeah, they're up. I'll try to give a better view later of all the figures here, because there's still a couple more I gotta put up. But, yeah, the Rayfark, I very much enjoyed this. I would love to read some of the other Madoka Magicas. The issue is, like, there's one that's $50 fucking. I don't want to spend that much on a book. Which, speaking of, I'm just going to go right ahead and put this up there after I pick up these volumes of Call Me. God damn it. I love it that books always do this shit to me. There we go, right there. I'm gonna put that back up there so that doesn't fall. Speaking of Magical Girls and books being too expensive, we got Magical Girl Apocalypse Volume 1, Volume 2, and Volume 3. Now, much like Madoka Magica taking a spin on Magical Girls, Magical Girl Apocalypse is exactly what it sounds. It's an apocalypse where the magical girls are all monsters. And I haven't read these in a long time. I think since like my junior year maybe, when I was rereading a bunch of books, because I didn't have anything new to read at the time. I fucking speed through these things half the time in school. Like, I could get free books 1 week, I would finish them all in like 2 days. I read a lot. Especially in my last few years. Anyways, was this one, I read the 3rd volume back in 8th grade, and I did not pick up the 4th volume right away. I don't remember why, but Magical Girl Apocalypse Volume 4 is out of print. The rest of the series is in print, but because of the 4th one being out of print, it is like hundreds of dollars for that single volume. I'm contemplating just reading that volume online and then getting the rest, even though there would be a gap in my collection where like it goes 1, 2, 3, and then 5, because I don't want to spend $100 on that book. But I enjoyed this. I enjoyed it more upon rereading. It's very dark. It's very fun. It's a very fun read overall. it is morbid, it's dark, and there's a good plot twist at the end of Volume 3. And it's not a long series. I think it's like 16 volumes long, maybe? I don't know. It's been a minute. Like, I would love to continue this. The issue is just finding the volume that I need. These Magical Girl series, they're dark as fuck. I love them. And next we have Mar, Volume 1 and 2. I found Volume 2 at a thrift store fucking years ago. And then at some point I decided to pick up Volume 1. And I haven't read these in a while. I think I read these back in my junior year, which would have been 2021. And I think they're fine. It definitely feels more like a kid's book manga. Like if you want to get a volume for like your kid for whatever reason, I would suggest Mar. From what I remember of this, definitely feels more so for kids. But from what I read, I remember enjoying it. I have a second copy of Volume 1. I got that for free in the mail. I don't know why, I don't know how, but I have it. I can't get rid of it, so it's just there and waiting to be sold at some point. But yeah, basically, junior high losers enters a vivid world of his dreams where he's a hero, and that's generally the point. Like this blonde-haired motherfucker that looks like he's trying to be Cloud Strife and that Detective Conan, or not Conan, I don't know, the puppet. I don't remember its name. It's just basically that. It's a neat little series. It's fine. Like I said, definitely one I feel like you'd give your kid to read. And yeah, kind of. I don't really have much to say on it. It's a fine enough read from what I remember. And then one that I might have a hot take on is the other one I have over here, Miss Kobayashi's Dragon Maid, Volume 1 and Volume 2. Volume 1 has a lot of like pencil shit on it. I read this in 8th grade and I put it in my binder, and I guess pencil lead got on it because I kind of just dumped pencil lead into my binder. But yeah, I find Miss Kobayashi kind of overrated. Like, I watched season 1. I watched it twice to see because I forgot everything about it, and one of my friends really. Because like, in 8th grade, I had a friend who really liked the anime and really wanted me to watch it, so I gave the anime a watch, and I remember thinking it was fine. And then I had another friend in 2019, so like a year later, who also was really into Miss Kobayashi, and Toru is their favorite, so I decided, fuck it, I'll give it a retry. I remember barely anything with this anime. I know it was like really popular in like late 2017 or late 2018. It was really popular then. I don't get it. Like, it's cute. Like, it's definitely cute. I can tell that. There's another book I have by this author that we will be actually getting to somewhat soon that I like more than Miss Kobayashi. But Miss Kobayashi, I find it to be a bit overrated. It's pretty forgettably bland in my opinion. I haven't watched season 2 yet. I've heard it's kind of wacky. I've just seen the one clip of the one dragon girl with fat fucking titties trying to put on a shirt and the button just fires out. I've seen an edited version of that where it like goes through a shit ton of like ships in space, and it's really fucking funny for some reason. That's all I've really seen of that. Irumu, or whatever the fuck, I don't know the name of the character. But yeah, I don't know. I think this Miss Kobayashi's kind of overhyped. I think it's fine. It's not anything really special. Alright, and now here is one that is worth the hype. Mob Psycho 100, Volume 1, 2, and 3. I don't have Volume 4 yet, because Barnes & Noble just refuses to carry 4. They'll carry all the other ones, but they won't carry 4. I need to go online and get the 4th volume. I also need to watch Season 3 at some point. I love Mob Psycho. It is such a great series. The art isn't always the best in the manga, but, like, it's not terrible. It's not the One Punch Man webcomic level. I like Mob Psycho 100. It is definitely worth the hype. Very good series. Also, the anime opening for the first season is amazing. I forget what it's called, but it's a banger. 99% or some shit. I don't know. I love it, though. Like, the manga is very good. It's fun. I love it. I would love to continue it. Please, God, I would love to continue the manga. Like, if you've not read Mob Psycho 100 yet, I'd say give it a shot. It's a very good read. And, like, the storytelling is great. Mob is a fun character. It has Reagan, the man who almost won Tumblr's Sexy Man against Sans. He fought hard that day, holy shit. But Mob Psycho 100, I love this manga. I really need to continue it more. If you have not given this a read. And also, if you like One Punch Man, definitely give this a read. It's made by the same guy. One made both One Punch Man and Mob Psycho 100. He loves his ones, apparently. But definitely give this a shot if you have not. And we got the other series I was talking about that's made by the same person that did Miss Kobayashi. We have Mononoke Sharing, Volume 1. Why is that sticky? 2. Why are these kind of sticky? 3. And then 4. I love Mononoke Sharing. This series has become an inside joke with my friends, and it's with one of my friends, and it's really fucking funny. We just joke about this series a lot. Mononoke Sharing, I think it is. I always just call it Mononoke Sharing. It's Mononoke, I'm pretty sure. I don't know why I want to add the A at the end, but this series is very good. It's only 4 volumes long. This is the whole thing. But if you have not read Mononoke Sharing, I would recommend it. Okay, I kind of do. The series is not for everyone. There's no, like, warning on here or anything, just older teen. But this series has a lot of titties in it. Like, a lot of tits. Jesus Christ. The only warning you get is that it's for older teens, but yeah. There's a lot of it in this book, holy shit. And, like, personally, I really like Volume 1. Volume 2 was okay. I'm looking at the cover, I can't really show most of it, but Volume 3 was very good again. And then Volume 4, I thought was an overall solid one. I do think 2 is the overall weakest volume of the bunch. Volume 4 was a good enough way to end it. Because the premise of it is that what's her name again? It doesn't tell me on the back. Oh, here we go. Yada, human girl there, Yada, is moving in with 5 yokai. And the yokai have to hide the fact that they are yokai. They have to hide the fact that they're not human. So, yeah, that's kind of the premise of it. It's very simple premise. But it works very well, and the ending kind of, like, bridges that gap at the end of it. So, it's an overall very good experience. I really like Mononoke Sharing. It's definitely one of the most memorable reading experiences for me, and probably one of my best, like, blind purchases in terms of, like, getting manga. But I got this in my freshman year. I think I read the whole thing in my freshman year, besides Volume 4. I think I read this the year after, because I had to find it online. But Barnes & Noble had like, up to here, Volume 3. And I read them all that year, and then I picked up Volume 4 online the next. And this definitely is, like, one of my best blind purchases, because I knew nothing about it. I just figured, you know, I'll pick up a series I know nothing about, and I guess I just looked at this and like, yeah, sure. And then I ended up actually really enjoying it. It's not the best series of all time. I don't know if I'd say it's, like, one of the best I've ever read, but it's one of my personal favorites that I've read. Purely for, like, the memories I have with it, and just generally being a good time. It's one of the few things I fondly look back at with high school, especially with my freshman year. Okay, you ever just pick up a series because of the title and the cover being fucking weird? My girlfriend is a T-Rex. And what's fucking funnier is on the back, it's rated for all ages. This is the cover art. It's very fucking funny to me. That's more entertaining than the book itself, because I found this extremely boring. This is another one of those freshman year pickups. A lot of my freshman year picks were kind of not great, but yeah, a guy takes in a T-Rex girl because in this timeline, I guess, dinosaur girls are a thing. There's also like a dinosaur people, really. There's like a good amount of them. It's like a Tyrannosaurus, or not Tyrannosaurus, like a, seems like a Stegosaurus girl, little kid that gives him some issue, but like, he doesn't really, it's like a pterodactyl. And like, he calls her out on that shit. I don't remember. I haven't read this book in years. I kind of found it boring. I don't know. The premise is funny. The cover art and the fact that it says for all ages is also funny. I don't know. Maybe I'll give this another shot one day, but yeah, I don't know. I just think the most interesting aspect about it is everything surrounding the book than the book itself. Okay, this one I'm just going to show like the first and last volume because it's the one I have the most of. My Hero Academia from volume 1 all the way to volume 36. And then I already showed you 37 earlier. You could kind of see it right there for the light. I would close my blinds, but they're broken, so. But My Hero Academia, another series that gets a lot of shit for being popular. And that is it. A lot of people try to argue My Hero Academia is bad, and a lot of it I feel like it's just because it's a very popular series. Like Jujutsu Kaisen had that same thing. Spy Family has that same thing. There's a good amount of them that like they get ragged on because they're popular, and I don't get it. Why? We're not fucking children. Unless those people that are saying that are actually middle schoolers, which I would not be surprised. But I would not be. I would be less surprised if they all turned out to be like 22-year-olds. But My Hero Academia, I really love this series. I mean, like, obviously, I've read all 36 volumes, and I'm keeping up to date with the paperbacks. But, like, when I tried getting into this originally, I just couldn't. Like, early My Hero is kind of meh, in my opinion. I don't know. Like, I tried getting into the anime back in like, when the anime came out here in the West, the dub. I just couldn't get into it. Then I tried the manga, and I found myself actually getting more interested in it. And over time, this just became one of my favorite series of all time. Like, I got like 2 Bakugo figures, a Midoriya figure, Uraka figure, a couple of other smaller ones, and there's an All Might figure. It's just somewhere else right now. I'm gonna get them out later when this becomes more filled up. Which My Hero's gonna take up almost a whole damn slot here. But I fucking love My Hero Academia. It is an amazing series. It is flawed, but it is an amazing series. I love it. Like, definitely worth reading. A lot of criticism I hear is just pretty stupid. But also a lot of the stuff that I hear people complain about, other shonens also do, and they don't get complained about with that. So, this is definitely the big modern day shonen series. It's like this generation's version of Naruto, One Piece, Dragon Ball for like the modern generation. Same thing with like I'd probably say Jujutsu Kaisen and fucking some other stuff like Chainsaw Man, like those type of things, and also Demon Slayer. They're the really popular ones right now, and they're popular for good reason. Yeah, love My Hero. I definitely want to continue keeping up to date because I wasn't up to date for like the longest time, and then I just noticed that like Meijer and Walmart just started carrying volumes of like the latter stuff. I'm like, you know what? Fuck it, I might as well. And I just started like binging the series a bit more until finally catching up with it, and now I'm up to date with all the new volumes. I just have to read the most recent one. Yep, I love My Hero. I tell it's the series I'm the farthest in. So. Yeah. I think the series has maybe like 5 years left in it. I don't know. What's like the paperback releases? I don't know. But yeah, My Hero. I love it. And another freshman year random ass pickup, My Monster Secret. Basically, this guy finds out, this fucker right there, finds out that, oh, there's a bunch of monster people in this school, and this one girl's a vampire. That's her secret. Yeah, I don't know, it exists, that's about it. I have this was just boring to me, if I'm being real. It's a very boring one. It was like I think this is literally the first series that really registered as being pretty mediocre to me. Like, keep in mind, like, to that point, I think also Boruto, never mind, it was second, because Boruto I read before this. This is the second one that really just felt really boring to me. That just hit that it's kind of a boring series or boring read. I don't know. It exists. It's now a hit anime on the back, so I don't know. Maybe the anime's better. I don't fucking know, dude. It exists. But one that I did like more is My Wife Has No Emotions. There's Volume 1, Volume 2, and Volume 3. I think Volume 4 is out. I just need the chance to find it. And essentially, the premise of My Wife Has No Emotion is this one guy, he has shit luck with girls, but he does have a robot maid. That's pretty common in this series, where people have like robot maids. So, like a robot housekeeper or whatever. So then he decides to make the robot his wife. It sounds really fucking pathetic out loud. I know the premise sounds very pathetic, but it's generally just a very sweet manga. It's a very sweet read. I would like to continue it. I might go online and find Volume 4 at some point, because it's generally just a pretty sweet series about just this guy and the robot girl. She's trying to be more like the perfect wife, and it's wholesome. Neither really takes advantage of each other, and he treats her like a real human being, even though she's just a fucking AI. It's very cute. I think it's a good read. If you like just like a nice romance, I guess, slice of life series, I'd give this a watch or read. Yeah, that's basically that. It's just like slice of life romance shit. This will be worth your time. I liked it. I'm not a big romance dude, but I enjoyed it. And I would like to continue at some point. Another one of the big free shonen series, we have Naruto Volume 1 and Volume 2. I think I've said numerous times, I'm not the biggest Naruto guy, and that kind of holds still. I respect Naruto. I respect the legacy it has on anime in the West. I'm not really the biggest guy of it. I've tried the anime. I could only get to like episode 9, I think, from I just don't think this is for me. I don't know. I see the appeal of Naruto. I could definitely see why it got really popular, why it's definitely one of the biggest anime out there. It's just not for me. These are also very wordy series. This one I especially felt like, oh my god, there's just a shit ton of words. And that's fine. Just like what I said with Hunter x Hunter, it's fine to have a bunch of words. It's just personally, I'm kind of just gonna I don't really want to read this. I kind of want to go to something else. Here's one that I have not read yet because another Goodwill find, and it's also I don't have the previous volumes. Negima, fucking Master Negi Magi. This shit, volume 11. I don't have the first 10, but maybe I'll check it out, because honestly, looking at the cover, this honestly looks pretty interesting. This looks fun. Looks like you'll have a fun time with it. It was selling for $1, apparently. $1 down there. I don't know why, but yeah. I don't know. This seems like a Force of Charm. The first long day. Okay, I don't know. I feel like this could be decently fun. Maybe I'll try finding the first volume at some point. Here's one I would actually like to continue at some point. I just never really found the time to, or chance to. New Game. I remember reading this back in my sophomore year of high school, and I just found it to be pretty cute. I found it to be nice. Nice little simple read. I believe it did get an anime. Maybe I'll check that out at some point. But basically, this girl gets a job at video game development. It's just a very simple series. It's nice. I don't know. I only read one volume of it, but I liked what I read, so maybe one day I'll continue it. There's been a couple where I just did not read a single volume for the longest time, and I just said, fuck it, we'll continue it. Chainsaw Man was a good example of that. There's been a couple of other ones. And then the one I got was Demonizer Zilch. No Game No Life, please. I just checked it out because I recognized the name No Game No Life. I did not realize that this was something a bit different. But yeah, this also had plastic wrap in it, and there was titties in it. I didn't really like this. I haven't seen No Game No Life since, I think, the pandemic. So, March of 2020, I think that was when I checked it out. And I remember liking it, but if you ask me to tell you anything about it, I'm not going to remember much of it. But this, yeah, I read this about, not after really remembering jack shit of the series after 2 years, so I was kind of lost. I think this is, maybe after the first season. I don't know. I didn't really care for No Game No Life, please. And to finally round up the big three, or big four if you count Bleach, we have One Piece, Volume 1, Volume 2, And then volume 35, The Natural Order. I found volume 35 at Goodwill. I figured I might as well pick it up. I've read the second 2 volumes in 8th grade. I like One Piece. I want to say that. It's just very long, and I don't have the motivation to go through what is now, I think, over 100 volumes. That's pretty fucking long, Chief. I like One Piece from what I've seen. I've watched up until Sanji joins the team in the anime. I've seen a few episodes of live-action adaptation, and I enjoyed it. And then manga-wise, I've enjoyed the 2 volumes I've read, and I enjoy looking at volume 35. And I like to know that's Usopp. I don't know who the fuck that is up there, but I like that's Usopp. I know Usopp. I don't know. I would like to get more into One Piece. I just know it's going to be a very long journey to do that, and that will take up so much of my goddamn time. It is not an easy thing to do. Maybe one day if I have time, which probably will be never to do that, but yeah, One Piece. I get the appeal to it. I definitely see why it's one of the popular animes. The One Piece fandom on Twitter is obnoxious, but nah. I feel like they got worse when Gear Shift 5, wherever the fuck, came out in the anime. I really feel like that. Anyways, yeah, I like One Piece from what I've read. Much like Naruto and Bleach, it's just like, it's very long, and that's kind of my biggest turnoff of it. It's just a very long series, so I don't know if I'll ever have that chance to fully take in the whole series without, like, major time cuts. So, yeah. Now, the weather's just nice outside. I just felt like saying that because I heard, like, a big-ass gust of wind. In fact, I might turn my fan off. You know, I'm gonna quick turn my fan off. You can look at what's behind me. It's been on low that whole time, so yes, it's kind of, the weather is nice. It's going to start raining though at some point, probably, from what I've heard. So that's fun. Anyways, what next up is One Punch Man, Volume 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then Volume 6. I would continue the manga, but I need to find Volume 7, and Barnes & Noble has Volume 8, but not 7. I like One Punch Man. This is definitely an example of I started it, did not continue it for years, and then just suddenly decide, you know what, fuck it, let's continue the series out of nowhere. I started in my 7th grade, because I watched the anime, and like, this is just the anime. Why am I reading this when I can just watch the anime? I was a 7th grader. I was 12 years old. Cut me some slack. But then, like, I think in, somewhere in high school, I decided to continue it, picked up Volume 4, and then I've been kind of on off with the series. It's like 5 and 6. 6 I remember reading in 2022. I would love to continue it. Maybe I'll look online for Volume 7 at some point. But, yeah, One Punch Man is fucking fantastic. It is definitely one of the best out there. I would like to read more of it. And I know Season 3 is coming out. I don't know when, but I did see the trailer. I think that was like Easter, maybe. I don't remember. Or maybe it was February. I think it was sometime in February, not Easter. Why did I say that? Anyways, I know that's coming out, so maybe I'll go rewatch Season 1 and 2 to prepare for that, because I haven't seen One Punch Man since December of 2019, I think. So yeah, I should definitely give the series a rewatch. But manga, this is not drawn by one, so the art is actually a banger with this, so I would love to get to this more. One Punch Man is great. This is like my first real anime, because I did watch like Pokemon, Digimon, Yokai Watch. I watched that shit, but like when I actually started to get into anime, like I want to get into it, One Punch Man was my first one, so I would definitely love to get back more into One Punch Man. It would be real fun if the wind is just picking up on the mic and you can't hear shit I'm saying half time. Anyways, here's one I haven't read yet. We got Otomen, Volume 2. We got Volume 2. We got Volume 5. We got Volume 6. And we got Volume 9. Guess where I fucking found these? If you said Goodwill, spot on, you dumbass. Or not dumbass. Spot on, you clever bastard. I just found these at Goodwill. I figured, you know what? Dirt cheap. Maybe I'll find Volume 2. I don't know. whenever you just find manga at Goodwill, it's very interesting because, like, you don't usually see that, and, like, you know you're never gonna read it probably, but you want to pick it up anyways because, like, you never see it. It's usually just a bunch of random ass volumes, but you know, I don't know, maybe that's just me. But yeah, Notamon, I don't know anything about it. It looks like much like Blackbird or wherever the fuck it was. It's probably not gonna be for me, but hey, it's there. But one I can say stuff on is Oshinoko Volume 1 and Volume 2. I have mixed opinions with Oshinoko. Hope I'm saying that right. Volume 1 I decided to pick up just because I heard a lot about it. I saw like the clip of the two fucking babies at the fucking concert. It's fucking twirling around those glow stick things. I saw that was funny. So I found Volume 1 at Walmart. I'm like, okay, you know what? Sure, I'll pick this up. And then like 2 days or some shit after, I heard some people talking about how there's incest in it, but I also heard that got debunked. I don't know. I read the first volume and I found it really fucking boring until that last chapter. Then I was like, oh shit, this is actually pretty interesting. So then like, next time I found Volume 2, I said, you know what? We'll continue this. And then I was really bored for the first half. And then the second half, I actually found really enjoyable because of the one character that got introduced or brought back. What the fuck was her name? Not Ruby, not Aqua. Oh, what the hell was her name? Let's see if I can find it. I can't find it in here, but like, what? Can I find it at all? Why am I? Maybe if I could find like chapter or some shit. Where is it? Masa Kaburagi? That bitch. That girl. I actually really liked her. She seemed like a pretty fun character. I enjoyed her. Like, oh, I like her. And then, like, a month or some shit ago, I was just seeing so much shit from fans that, like, oh, there's incest in it. Or, like, Ruby, or not Ruby, Aqua? Yeah, Aqua. Aqua was saying, like, his ideal type of woman is Aoi? Is that how you say her name? But Aoi is his mom, so yeah, I don't know. I'm contemplating continuing it because the incest shit that apparently happens in later volumes. I've heard the beginning half of it until that point is pretty good, so I don't know. Maybe if I find Volume 3 at a Walmart, because I found these two at Walmart. If I find that there, maybe I'll just say, you know, fuck it, sure, I'll get Volume 3. I've only seen, like, Volume 4 of those, Volume 4 and 5, so I probably won't. I don't know. But Oshinoko, kind of mixed feelings on it overall. I don't know. Like, it's fine. That's kind of just my take on it. It's fine. I have mixed feelings. Don't know if I'll continue it. Okay, next one. When I first read it, I dropped it like halfway through, I think, and then I just tried it again like 2 years later. Not really a fan of it, but Panty and Stocking with Garter Belt, the manga, I didn't really like this overall. I knew of Panty and Stocking before picking it up. It wasn't really a blind purchase. I got it in my freshman year. But I just didn't really like it. It just felt like it was endless sex jokes and that was it. I thought there would be more to it. I don't know. When I gave it another viewing, I saw it was fine, but I didn't really care that much about it. I think there's like a whole chapter in here about the offers instead of like the characters, which that's kind of cute. That's nice. It's nice seeing like the input, like the offers and this shit instead of, or like the people working on it. But yeah, I don't know. I didn't really care with it. I did watch some of the episodes of the anime, and I like the anime a good bit. It's funny. It's definitely offensive, but yeah, I see the appeal. I just don't think like the manga really was for me. But something I did like way more was Parasite. We got Volume 1, we got Volume 2, and we got Volume 3. I still need to get Volume 4. I gotta find it. Because I found the first 2 volumes at a Same place where I find like a good amount of my anime figures and the Rosario plus Vampire Season 2 books. And then this I found at a Barnes & Noble. I'm really enjoying Parasite so far. I need to finish it, because I am working on something with Parasite. It might just be another case of, oh, I'm going to spoil myself on everything, but whatever. I'm still going to read it anyways. I'm still going to get the same shocks, it just won't be like from reading it. And I do want to watch more of the anime. I got to about where I am in the manga for the most part with the anime. And I really like this. It's definitely an underrated classic in my opinion. It's from like the 90s, but I don't see it as talked about as much. And I'm surprised it took till like, I think it was 2012 when the anime came out. When this came out in like 1990 something. I think 1990. So that's surprising it took so long to get an anime adaptation. This is really fucking good. Like, I would highly recommend this. If you like any form of like body horror, I guess, you should give this a shot. Because I decided to, I know there's someone in Deathbound, you know, who really likes Parasite, and like, you know what? This was at a store for like $3. I might as well give it a shot. That's cheap. And I just really liked it. And I decided to read the rest of this, or start reading the series. I would love to read more of it. I honestly really enjoying Parasite. And then we got Persona 5 Volume 1. I got this because I didn't have a way to play Persona 5. I now own Persona 5. I'm only like 20 hours in, so I'm not really far in at all, but yeah, it's fine. I don't know. I feel like the game would probably be an overall better way to experience Persona 5, but yeah, it's fine. It probably goes... I think this does take on the... I don't know. Well, maybe not. I don't think this actually goes through the first boss yet. Take notes, Danganronpa manga. Yet this did it better. I heard the anime is pretty rushed, but manga-wise, this seems pretty fine. I don't know. I don't think I'll probably ever really continue the manga, but I would like to beat the game at some point. And now my true first volume of manga, Pokemon Adventures. I got when I didn't know what manga was. I read this in 6th grade, and honestly, if you like Pokemon and you have not read Pokemon Adventures, you don't even need to be a manga fan. I'd say read this. This is very good. I do have the first 10 volumes of the original. I started reading them a lot in my sophomore year, but then I got to volume 10, and I didn't really like volume 10 that much. It focused only on Crystal, from what I remember, and I just did not find Crystal all that interesting. Like, I think I'm going to set this down for a bit. And now I can't find volume 11 anywhere. So fuck me, I guess. But Adventures is a very, very good manga read. It's darker than most Pokemon, so I guess all the people bitching about Pokemon being too child-friendly and all so sweet and innocent, read this. Fucking Red lets its Poliwhirl get impaled by a Fearow to get a close-in hit. And there's like all the obvious obvious ones people bring up, like the Charmeleon cutting Arbok in half, the zombie, Psyduck. There's a lot of shit in the Adventures manga that a lot of people don't really talk about. It is a very good read. I'm currently in Johto right now, in Gen 2. They also do change a lot of stuff up from the games, like some of the gym leaders are part of Team Rocket. The Elite Four just fucking want Red dead. Swear to God. It's a very good read. I would highly recommend giving Adventures a shot at some point. I need to get back to it. I really do like this series. But that's not the only Pokemon content we have regarding manga. I need to go grab that. So I got a good amount of Pokemon manga that's kind of out of order with the rest of it, because I just kind of picked them up, not really, and they're all connected. But first up is Pokemon Adventures Black and White 2. This is alright. I don't really find, what the fuck is his name? I was thinking that, I don't remember what his name is in this. I was gonna say Hilbert, but I don't even think that's his name in this. Does it say anywhere in here? It's kind of a sequel to... Okay, Blake, that's his name. Blake, the main dude there. He's boring. He's like this secret agent dude with a doo-wah, and he's supposed to be all cool and shit. I kind of find him boring. And then Rosa, or Rose, whatever the fuck her name is. She just has a fucking She just has a fungus and that's it. I kind of find this whole thing to be boring. Like, Black 2, I love the games, but the Black 2, White 2 manga, I kind of find to be whatever. I don't know, I would like to read the rest of it at some point. Maybe my opinions will change. But next one is one I honestly liked a bit more. Pokemon Adventures Diamond, Pearl, and Platinum. This is alright. I don't know, I don't have too much of an opinion on it overall. I think it's an overall good read from what I remember. I haven't really read any of these since, like, my freshman year, maybe. There is Pokemon Adventures Heart Gold and Soul Silver. Now, this one's alright. It's a sequel to the Soul Silver, this Gold Silver Crystal one, so yeah. And this takes place in the Gen 4 era, just like the games. And it's good. I liked it. I liked it from what I remember. And this one I think is the most disconnected from the rest of it. Pokemon Horizons Sun and Moon. It is definitely the most disconnected from the rest of it all, but I remember liking this. I read this my freshman year, and it was fine. It's definitely a lot more okay-ish in comparison. It doesn't really take much. Like, the main characters aren't really from the game, as you can tell. I guess she has the hat, but that's about it. And then the two that are the shortest, and these cost me $5 each from Barnes & Noble. We have Pokemon Sun and Moon, and Pokemon X and Y. And they're alright for being $5. I don't remember a lick about them, but they're alright. That's kind of it. I don't remember anything about them, but they were alright for being only $5. We're going to do all the R's in one take. This is 4 volumes that I found at Goodwill, and I have not read. I've read the first few chapters of the first volume. We have Revolutionary Girl Utena, and there's something funny about this one. So, first volume, regular manga stand format. Then we got volume 2, which is fucking bigger, and it's put like a regular book. Volume 3 does the same. Then volume 4 goes back to the normal one. That's how volume 1 did it. So, I don't know what the hell is going on here, but it is. From what I can gather, this is your typical magical girl. Kind of like your regular magical girl, but she has a sword now instead of magic. I don't know. I read the first few chapters of the first volume, and I just kind of came to the conclusion, this is not for me. I found it at Goodwill, so obviously it was cheap. Yeah, I don't like how it's... Why? Why? God, why is it like this? Why? It annoys my OCD. I don't know, maybe it's the power of Dios. The power of Dios. I don't know if that can be read. I don't know. It's just kind of in my collection now. It exists. That's all I can say about it. I totally didn't stop the recording and forgot I was going to do all the R's together. Next up we have ReZero, Starting Life Another World, Chapter 3, The Truth of Zero. I got this thinking it was the beginning of the series. It's not, it's volume 1, but it's like Chapter 3, I didn't see that part. I have seen the first season of the anime, so I at least knew what was going on. I believe this is when, like, the gang goes to goes to the city. Yeah, and this introduces Felix or some shit. The one, yeah, I think that's this chapter. Anyways, yeah, I like this, but obviously it's not the first volume, so, I do like ReZero. It's one, I watched the first season years ago, I think, like, a solid month or two before season 2 was coming out, but I never watched season 2. So, yeah. Next up we have, if I can grab it, Rosario plus Vampire, Volume 1. Hey, it's the one that I saw I got the second 2 volumes for, and it turned out to be not that. Did watch the first season of the anime, and I like the anime for the most part. I did definitely notice, like, I watched the first season, and then I continued reading this, and they definitely added the mage girl into the anime way earlier than she is in the manga. Don't know why, but they did. And yeah, it definitely makes sense why she feels shoehorned in so many places. But I like this. I remember liking it. I never really checked out Volume 2, but now I have to check out Volume 2 and all the others until I get to Season 2. And then one that was kind of a disappointment for me when I picked it up, but I probably would like it now. Ruby Volume 1, the official manga. When I picked it up, I thought it was going to be basically a telling of the Ruby story, but in a manga format. Because it's the official one, but no, it's just a bunch of fun little one-off stories. Yeah, I mean, it's fine. I was kind of disappointed because I saw it was supposed to be the web series, but as a manga. But, yeah, I don't know. I probably would like it if I gave it a read now for just it being silly. Because that's what it is, just a silly little read. That's about it. I don't know, like, if you like Ruby, you'll probably have a good enough time with this. I like Ruby. I don't know. I feel like I have to read it again to give a better, more fair opinion. But, eh. So, another one that's not really a manga, but... sorry. But I still kind of put it with my manga anyways. We have... Excuse me, sorry. I don't know what the fuck that's about. Scott Pilgrim. We got Volume 1. We got Volume 2. What should we put these opposite side? Volume 3, 4, 5, and can you believe it? We got 6. Yeah, I like Scott Pilgrim. It's a good series. Like, I don't know what I can say that hasn't been said about Scott Pilgrim. It's a very great comic series. Or graphic novel. I don't know what the hell this classifies as. This is the version that's all in, like, black and white, so, yeah. I would love to pick up the colored version one day to read that. God, the sunlight is very much glaring. But Scott Pilgrim, it's definitely an amazing read. If you've not read Scott Pilgrim yet, please do. Please go give it a read. Because this is not long. This is only 6 volumes. That's pretty fucking good. Pretty short. Especially since it's just generally a very good series. And then watch the movie, maybe play the game, and then watch the anime. If you're going to watch the anime, please read the book first. It will not make sense otherwise. Well, it will. It's just very different. Scott Pilgrim, I love this. Definitely worth the time. And now something I cannot say the same thing about is I'm just putting in with one volume. Shonen Sample. Or Showman. Showman Sample. It sucked. I don't know what possessed me to buy this. I'm covering up a very specific part of this because YouTube might fuck me over. Even though I've been risque very much with some of these, but Shonen Sample, it's not good. Basically, the premise is basically this regular ass dude got invited to a elite boarding academy for girls because the girls need to learn how to socialize with guys. It's a fucking plot to a hentai, I swear to God. It's not a hentai, though. I mean, there's titties in it, but it's rated for older teens, 16 up. I bought this when I was, like, 14, so... Good job, Barnes & Noble. But, yeah, I don't know. It's kind of boring. What the fuck did I just see? Oh, okay, it's not as bad as I saw. I don't know. It's not good. It's bad. I would very much call this bad. Oh shit. I would very much call this bad. Don't give it. Don't read it, dude. Don't spend 13 on this. Jesus. Again, like the titties is always at like the very end of the book. But yeah, it's not good. So we got another one where I'm not grabbing the whole set. I'm just grabbing the first and the last volume because I was putting them on the bookshelf behind me. Can't do that now because I got the figures, but. Next we have Soul Eater, up to volume 16. I love Soul Eater, dude. And I have 2 funny stories with this series. And both are from buying books online. So, I had to get, like, I think it was volume 10 online, and volume 10 or 11. And when I got it from Barnes & Noble, their website. The pages, a lot of them felt like they're just ready to fall out. I don't know why, but that was very nerve-wracking. And then the other funny time is I went ahead and got volumes, I think it was 12 and 11, if not 12 and 13. Maybe it was, yeah, I think it was that combination. I went and got those, and I bought them at the same time. The second volume, that came in first. The other volume did not get here for over almost a fucking year after I bought it. Like, I think I got it in October of 2021, and then it didn't get here until, like, I think it was July of 2022. June or July. It was way fucking late. I don't know why it took so long. But I was stuck with a volume I could not read. So, Jesus Christ, that was fun. And I was working on something that I needed the volume for at the time. So, I'm like, okay, cool. I'm gonna go spoil everything for myself now on Soul Eater, so fuck me. But I love Soul Eater. This was another one where I kind of just read volume 1, and then I read this in like 8th grade, so 2018, and I don't think I ever continued the series until like 2 years later. I mean, that was kind of like a bit of an on-off. No, then I continued it a lot more in my junior year, and then I tried to in my senior year, but that wasn't allowed apparently. And now I do want to finish the series. I do know everything that's going to happen, but, like, I fucking love Soul Eater. Soul Eater is amazing. The first half, the anime is spectacular, and the second half, the animation is good, but the story, it ended before the manga did. And the anime ending kind of sucks comparison. Need a drink. But it's like, if you want to get into Soul Eater, watch, like, the first half of the manga, or anime, then go through, I don't remember what volume it is for the manga. Or just read the manga and watch the anime openings, because the openings are actually bangers. I would love if they redid the Soul Eater anime. Have the same studio that did the animation, just follow the manga all the way through. I love Soul Eater. It is one of my favorites. Krona is my second favorite character of all time behind Koro Sensei. That should tell you something. Soul Eater is spectacular. It is well worth your time. Please give it a read. So here's another Marvel one, like the Deadpool one. We have Spider-Man Fake Red. This is it's about like 1.5 volumes long, but basically the premise is that Spider-Man is missing, but a random high schooler finds Spider-Man's suit and pretends to be Spider-Man. And honestly, it's a pretty interesting premise. Just someone that does not have the Spidey powers at all, just some random ass teenager that the most experience he has is doing some rock climbing and being pretty shit at it. Taking on the role of Spider-Man, needing to fight like Venom, Green Goblin, I think that's Screwball, I don't know. But it is a very, very good read. I very much liked it. I would have loved to have seen more regarding it, like more of this premise actually. Just someone that does not at all have Spidey powers needing to take the role of Spider-Man. I think that could be pretty cool. It's probably happened a few times in the comics because it's fucking comics, but like, honestly, if you like Spider-Man, I would say give Spider-Man Fake Red a try. It was a very good read. I found it at Walmart, surprisingly. Well, I shouldn't say surprisingly, because the Lilo and Stitch manga is there, where Stitch becomes a samurai. Samurai Stitch thing is called. This is a very great read. I loved it. It was a lot of fun, honestly. Give this a read if you can. And then another one, I liked the first volume. I didn't really care as much for the second volume, is Succubus and Hitman. We got volume 1 and we got volume 2. Can I show volume 2? Yeah, volume 2 is safer. Until I get to the back, but Succubus and Hitman, basically, some guy got killed, and now, like, a hitman got killed, and he got put in the body of some random-ass teenager, and he has a succubus with him as aid. I really liked the first volume. It was really interesting. He's trying to find his killer because he raped his mom, and also killed him, his mother, and I think also his sister, but I could be wrong on that, could be misremembering. But the first volume was very good. I really liked it, and then I got to volume 2, and I just didn't really care for it as much. I don't know. I would like to try volume 3 at some point, but first volume, really good. I would recommend it if you don't mind darker subjects. And also, you don't mind titties, because, yeah, there's titties in this. There's a... can I cover those? There's a warning on the back, so... And there you go, you can see it. It's very sexual, but it's also just a very good story. And then, lastly, there is... I mentioned it earlier. Super Mario Manga Mania. Much like the Kirby one. I do think this works better with Mario than it did Kirby. But it's just a bunch of silly little stories of Mario and friends in like the different Mario games. It's a very neat, nice little silly read. I'd recommend it. It's fun. I probably wouldn't read much more of it, but like if you like Mario or just silly little stories, I say silly a lot because that's really what it is. Just give it a read, then you'll probably like it. Next up, we have another modern popular one, Spy Family. We have up to volume 10 right here. If I can uncover it. I like Spy Family. I need to watch more of the anime. I haven't watched much of the anime. I got caught up and then I stopped watching it, and then I decided, fuck it, I'm just gonna restart it. Because I do like the anime. And like, there are some parts of the manga where I watched the anime first and I got to it in the manga and it's like, oh wow, that's kind of lame in comparison. Because, for example, like, excuse me, fucking Lloyd renting out the castle for Anya to celebrate getting in. In the anime, it's like this big, grandiose, really fucking top-tier saying with, oh, what the hell is his name? I don't remember. The assistant. I forgot his name, but basically him, like, being the big villain in it. Scruffy, I'm just gonna call him Scruffy. Scruffy just being the big baddie, capturing Princess Anya and Yor. It was like a big grandiose thing in the anime. It was really fucking cool, but in the manga, it's pretty short, simple. I like the anime version better. And I am enjoying the manga. The manga is very good. I do think sometimes the manga gets a bit too much flack because it's popular. I've seen that a good amount of times. Like, when the movie got announced, I saw a lot of people saying that. I'm like, why? Why are you acting like this? I don't know. But Spy Family, pretty good. It's a good read. I definitely see why it got popular, and I'm glad I gave it a shot, because I'm enjoying it. I've been trying to keep up as much as I can. I've noticed, like, in Barnes & Noble, it doesn't get new volumes in there as soon as they come out. Call me, it's like almost instantaneous, or I'll just find it at, like, Target or Walmart. Spy Family, sometimes I'll find the newest volume at, like, Walmart or Target. Sometimes Barnes & Noble just won't have them for whatever reason. I don't know, it's weird, but yeah, this is pretty good manga. You can see why it got really popular. Next one here, we had a real funny fucking story with this. We have Switch Naked Ape, and I have up to volume 10. I found all these at Goodwill on the same day, but there was a small issue with it that I didn't realize when I got it. Here, I'm going to open up to a random page, and you can tell me what it is. Can you tell? It's in Japa-fucking-knees. I can't read a lick of it. My dumbass didn't really see that when I got it. I'm like, oh, hey, a whole-ass manga series. Fuck yeah, I'll get that shit. And it wasn't until after, when I was in the car waiting for something, I look at it, I skim through, I'm like, oh, wait, this isn't Japanese. So yeah, I just own a whole series in Japanese. I can't really sell it off. No one I know will buy it. I tried giving it to my girlfriend because she's Japanese and lives in Japan. So I'm like, okay, maybe she'll like this because she can actually fucking read it. She didn't want it, so yeah, I just own this. It's a neat little thing in my collection, I suppose. That's the Switch Naked Ape experience. Last one that might not count as a manga because of the format it's in. We got Tears of an Angel, or Battle Angel Alita. On the spine it says Tears of an Angel, so it goes in T instead of A or B. I read this a while ago and I liked it. I know there was the Battle Angel Alita movie that came out in I want to say it was 2018 or 2019. I didn't watch it, the live action one. I didn't really watch it because of like the whole bug eye thing that Alita had. I don't know. I get why, but also like I really feel like you could have just not. Hey, this seems like this is a nice little read. I enjoyed it. That's really all I got for it. I enjoyed the read. It was good. I would, like, I'd probably recommend this. Like, if you want to give it a shot. If you like the movie in any way, you probably will like this. I kind of just found it randomly at a bookstore. But now everything else after this, a book to spell. Everything after this should all be manga. And here we got That Time I Got Reincarnated as a Slime, Volume 1, Volume 2, and Volume 3. I've been watching the anime lately. I really like the anime. I kind of slept on it for the longest time, but I really liked Volume 1 when I read it. Volume 2 I didn't really like. I don't remember why, but then 3 years later, I decided to give Volume 3 a try, and I ended up really liking it, and I want to continue the manga more. I want to maybe also get into the light novel, because like the Konosuba situation where I like the light novel more than I like the manga. So I would like to get more into the light novel, give that a read. But manga-wise, I really like this. This is a good read overall. I can see why the anime blew up, especially after watching the anime back in when was that? 2019, I want to say. If I can find Volume 4 at Barnes & Noble, that would be fucking great. So we got a bunch of ones where I just have only one volume of. We got 5 of them. First up is one I found at Goodwill, The Demon Prince of the Momochi House. Very much a reverse harem, so obviously it was not for me. This is the last book I read in my fucking freshman year of high school, and I think this did perfectly represent it. Just reading a shit ton of first volumes that I did not care about. Next up is one of my first, The Devil is a Part-Timer Volume 1. I would love to continue the manga. I just have not found the second one at all. I would love to, though. I haven't seen the anime in years as well. Like, I watched the anime back then, and I really liked it. Like, Season 1. I heard Season 2 has come out, but I haven't seen it. I would love to continue the manga, at least, because, honestly, pretty good classic. We got The Great Jaya Will Not Be Defeated, Volume 1. I picked this up because I saw Brandon Yates say something with this, or the character on the front. So I said, fuck it, sure. If Brandon likes it, it might be good. And I liked it. I did like it. Not enough to really continue it, but I did like it. I thought it was a pretty fine read. It's very, very fun. It's a funny little read all around. I would like to continue it one day. It's just not, like, top priority for me. Here's one that's funny that I picked up. The Legend of Zelda, Majora's Mask, and A Link to the Past. Legendary Edition. It's two stories in one. Found this at Meyer. I'm like, I'm not a Zelda guy, but I'll give this a read. Because I liked Breath of the Wild. I loved Breath of the Wild. It's one of my favorite games. And Tears of the Kingdom I also like. But I picked this up in my senior year when I just needed shit to read. I found it at Meyer. I'm like, okay, you know what? Sure, I'll give this a read. And I liked both of the stories. Majora's Mask and Link to the Past, I like them both. I think they're both separate stories, because I think the games are also separate things. I don't know if they're part of the same continuity or whatever the fuck, but this is honestly a very good read. If you like Legend of Zelda, I'd give this a try. And speaking of Zelda, we got The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time. I picked this up in 6th grade. I knew nothing about the video game Ocarina of Time, but it was at a book fair, so I'm like, you know what? We'll try this. So technically one of my first manga. I got this in 6th grade before, like the year before I started getting into manga. But it's a good read for someone that's not really a Zelda fan. Like, I liked it. If you're a Zelda fan, you'll probably get more enjoyment out of it than I did. But yeah, I never really continued it. I think I wanted to, but I just never found the second volume. So, yeah, if you like Zelda, you'll probably like these 2 Zelda books. Alright, so another isekai one that is, I think it's originally a light novel or a web novel, and then it got a manga. I don't know. We got The Rising of the Shield Hero Manga Edition Volume 1, 2, and 3. I really liked the first season of Rising of the Shield Hero. I really need to check out the second one. I started, but I never finished it. So I might just restart that. But yeah, I really like the manga. The manga's pretty good. Like, if you like the anime, you're gonna like the manga, obviously. I like Naofumi. I like Raphtalia. I like the story so far. This is a very good read. I would love to continue it. I just need to find the rest of the volumes. But yeah, Rise of the Shield Hero. really like the series. I don't have much more I can say. It's been a while since I read these. I need to check the rest of the anime out though. All right, and now we have the 7 Deadly Sins, Volume 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5. I haven't really continued the series in years, since like fucking sophomore year maybe. One thing I like about the spines though is that like it builds up with each other. That's cool. But 7 Deadly Sins. Hot take, but I like 7 Deadly Sins. A lot of people fucking say it's a pedo anime. I don't fucking see it at all. The only thing I could think off the top of my head is Bon and the fairy, but the fairy's also like 400 years old and very much not a kid. So, I don't know. I think there's some other stuff with Meliodas, but it's taken horribly out of context from like later parts. I don't know. I kind of went through the stuff I really needed to for Bon, like fucking, I don't know, 3 years ago. So a lot of it's just not fresh in my head. I don't know, but from what I've read, I liked. I'd say I gotta check out season 4 of the anime, but from what I've seen, it has like a lot of weird censors. I don't know. It's like this light, really fucking weird. But the manga, I remember enjoying this. I probably should continue at some point. And then one I never finished is the Tarot Cafe. I got this at Goodwill, and yeah, the front of it's kind of like fucked. It was like that when I got it, but I kind of just read a chapter or two of it, and it was just like, it's not really for me. I don't really like the style. It's much like the Blackbird thing, whatever the fuck. Yeah, I just don't think this really. I'm not the target demographic for this one. So for this one, you might have to hear dogs outside. That's not my fault. I'm sorry. But this is my #1 favorite manga, if not tied with Saturday's Classroom. And this is one that does not have an anime adaptation, and the manga is very underrated. I think it came out in like 2014, but we have Today's Cerberus, and I have all 12 volumes. We got 12 right here, and also with the back, it does something really fucking cool. I just gotta fucking put it up here, right? Look at that. That's cute. I'm covering up most of it. Shit, hold on. See, it's adorable. It's adorable. You don't even need to know all of them to say like that's adorable. That's awesome. Today's Cerberus is, in my opinion, incredibly underrated. This is my favorite manga series of all time besides Ash's Classroom. I've read this first volume so goddamn many times. I adore it. It is one of my first, so of course I could be a bit nostalgia blind from this one, but like, there's even like a scratch on the front cover of this one. I don't know if it can be seen on camera, like on her face. I don't think it can. But Today's Cerberus is amazing. It's about a guy called Chiaki. He had a bit of a soul bitten out from Cerberus, and that bit of soul basically made it so he can't smile. He can't give like a legitimate smile. And his dad, who's in Greece, decides to send him a package, and that package contains Cerberus in anime girl form. And like, it's one-headed, but you can grab her tail and then splits in the different heads. There's Kuro, Rose, Shuriken. I love it. It's amazing. It's an amazing read. The story starts out pretty simple. It's just a slice of life, kind of a romance anime. I'm just trying to get this fucker to smile and feel joy, like genuine joy. And it just becomes a very heartfelt, sweet anime that is only a couple volumes long. It's 12 volumes. It's well worth your time. I would highly recommend giving it a read. Because, like, I can't praise this enough. I can't praise the manga enough. And it doesn't have an anime. The manga itself is also pretty underknown. And I think it's one of the few works of the fucking Offers Auto Sakurai that has released out in the West. And like, there was in my fucking reading or whatever the fuck class in high school in my senior year, we had to like write a hypothetical note to an offer, and I picked this one. I could have picked the offer of Assassin's Classroom, but I decided to go with this one because like, no one knows it. I doubt she's gotten much outside of like maybe people in Japan, because fucking obviously. But this is a very, very great read. I love it so much. If you're gonna take one series that I recommend out of all the ones I've talked about, and it's not gonna be Assassin's Classroom, have it be this. This is well worth your time. It's very sweet, very simple series. And, like, all the characters are great, outside like maybe one, but she doesn't have the most screen time anyway, so it's fine. It makes up for it in the end. I kind of want to just go and reread the entire manga again, just so I can go praise it. Because I've reread the whole thing like several times, 3, 4, maybe times, I don't know. I reread this book several times. Like, I lost count how many times I read it. I think I've read it like for every school year, at least once. I cannot recommend it enough. Read this. Like, even and when I was getting like these last 2 volumes, I just said, fuck it. I'm gonna go back and I'm going to reread all of these first. And then I'm gonna read up to it because it was my favorite series. It was the first one that I ever, well, no, I think the first one I finished was Mononoke Sharing, because I was like 4 volumes. That was the first one where I knowingly finished it. I did not know Volume 4 was the last volume of that. But, like, yeah, this is a very great read. Like, the only character I think I could say I disliked is this blonde one, because she's kind of annoying, but, like, it's not, like, dragging it down in any way. Overall, a very, very solid read. Cannot praise this series enough. Please go give it a shot. It is worth your time. And now the last one of the ones that you would have already known going in, because I talked about the ones I haven't read yet. We have Tokyo Ghoul, the first volume, up to 14, the last one of the original. This, again, like One Punch Man, was one of my firsts, but, like, it was just the anime again, so I didn't really care to keep reading it. And then, so, like, I think I read, like, the first 2 volumes in 7th grade. I want to say I read this in my freshman year, and then this in my sophomore year. And I just don't think I really did anything with the series until my senior year, where I read, like, 5 and 6 and maybe 7, but that might be a stretch. I think maybe just 5 and 6 at most. But then, like, and funnily enough, me reading Tokyo Ghoul again is what made me decide to do Eren vs. Kaneki. Because originally I was going to do, like, Eren vs. Reino Kamaru from Blue Exorcist, so reading Tokyo Ghoul and then Attack on Titan at the time got me to do that, and that's one of my favorite episodes, and my, like, 8th favorite matchup, so hell yeah. But Tokyo Ghoul, very great manga. The anime, I could never finish. I just didn't really care for it. Unravel is a banger, though. That's, like, one of the best intros of all time. I don't care. There's another one where it's just, like, I started it years, and then I just dropped it, and then, like, years afterwards, I decided to pick it up again, and I just really loved it after that. It does have the issue of, like, there's too many characters introduced, and it's hard to keep track of all of them. Like, a lot of them, it feels like they introduce them, expect us to know who the fuck they are, and it's like, they fuck off into the night, and like, who the fuck was that? You know? I don't know. Like, that's probably my main issue with Tokyo Ghoul. It's just the amount of characters that are introduced that I kind of just forget about. It could be because of the time like gap between when I read them, but even then, it's not like huge margins to where I'm like, I should not be forgetting who this person is. I think there's just too many. Though, I don't know, maybe Ri will fix that. I haven't had the chance to fully read for Ri, like I mentioned earlier. But yeah, Tokyo Ghoul. It's a really great one, and Unraveled is an amazing opening. We're making it to the final stretch. Next up is Trigun, Volume 1 and Volume 2. Much like Mar, I found Volume 2 at a thrift store, and I kind of just said, I couldn't read it for the longest time, so I just said, fuck it, I'm going to go to online and get Volume 1. And fun fact about this volume specifically, if I can find the page, might take me a minute. I'm just gonna scroll through. Oh, I think I passed it. I bought this secondhand. There's a fucking hole. I don't know if like you could see it. It's kind of hard to see. But yeah, there's a random ass hole there, and like I think there's a whole ass page missing somewhere. Also, there's a bus ticket in this. I'm not kidding. There was a fucking bus ticket in this book. And everything, it was used as a bookmark, I think, because everything after that was just fucking untouched. So, yeah, I don't know. But, hey, Trigun, I liked what I read. it's honestly pretty good. I think it is like a cult classic, much like Berserk, so maybe I'll read more of this. I don't know. I would like to watch the anime at some point, but I liked what I read. I haven't really had any interest to continue it at any point, but maybe I will at some point. And this is why I think I'd consider my first legitimate manga. Like, the first one I bought, like, wanting to get into manga. The unofficial Hatsune Mix. I don't know why I talked like there's more to it. But this is a fucking chonker of a book. It's separated in parts, so I could probably like count this as like 2 different volumes or some shit. Like each part is its own volume. But this is a fucking big boy. This is one of my firsts, because I found it when I was really in Hatsune Miku, and yeah, it's good. From what I remember, it's good, but it's not really something I think I'm ever gonna reread, just because like it is incredibly long. It does give all the Vocaloids different characters, so it's nice. Like I said, probably won't give it a reread anytime soon, because it's long and I got plenty of other stuff to read, but Unofficial Hatsune Mix, pretty good. And then one I got because I misread the title, Who Says Warriors Can't Be Babes, Volume 1 and Volume 2. I got it thinking it said, Who Says Warriors Can't Be Babies. I'm a fucking idiot. Reading disability moment, but I only read the first 2 volumes. I never checked out Volume 3, but I would love to at some point, because it's honestly a pretty fun read. It's basically just that the warrior wants to attract the male protagonist. I think his name is literally just Hero. Yeah, Hero. But she's so fucking manly, and he's dense as a rock, so she just thinks that it's funny. It's a pretty funny read. I'd recommend it at some point. It's fun. I would like to continue as well. If you just like a simple, funny, kind of romance series, I'd say this might be up your alley. It's just funny. That's about it. Funny little story. So, last one I have that I got when I really wasn't into manga, I just really like the franchises, is Yokai Watch. We got Volume 1, 2 that still has a Walmart sticker on it. Can you guess where I got it from? 3, 4, 5, 6, and then finally 7. I'm pretty sure there's more after that, but I just kind of stopped picking them up after 7 because I didn't really like them. The formula just kept being the same, and Nate just kind of only summoned Jibanyan for anything, and I kind of got like, come on, dude, there's other yokai, use them up, use the other ones. But for what it is, it's fine. You're really only going to like it if you're a kid, probably. It's very repetitive, there's not really much difference to them. It's nice seeing the yokai in a manga, I guess, because on the back it shows like all the ones that are in it. I would not remember like most of these yokai nowadays, and I don't think it was till now that we got this volume that we got some new ones from Yokai Watch 2, or maybe not. I don't know. Yeah, there's a lot of yokai. I think this is when we got new ones. We got the American Pelican for whatever fucking reason, but yeah, there's a whole shitload of these guys. Yeah, I stopped reading after 7 because I was kind of falling out of yokai at that point in time. And also, I just didn't really think the manga was any interesting at that point. It was just the same thing over and over. But, I mean, it's fine. It's a fine read for a kid. If you're a die-hard Yokai Watch fan, you might find some enjoyment out of this. I don't know. Probably won't ever continue it, but I doubt I'll ever get rid of these, because they're kind of... I have some nostalgic attachment to these, even though they're not good. That's kind of all I got for this one. And here we have the last one that's going to go on the shelf behind me. We have Yotsuba. I have all the volumes that are currently out, which is up to volume 15, and I have a feeling 16 might be the last volume. The reason why is because it feels like it's building up for, like, the final volume to be when Yotsuba goes to school. I don't know, it's how the last few have been structured, mainly like 15 and 14. It feels like that's the build-up it's all leading to, and I think that'll be a pretty good ending. But, like, this is a very, very wholesome manga, and I can't help but smile when reading this. It's very just sweet. It's wholesome, it's nice. Basically, this girl Yotsuba, her and her dad move to the, it's like, I don't really call it the big city, the local city, I guess, from the countryside. And really the stories are just about her and her day-to-day life and in this environment, just being a fun little kid. She's like 4 or 5. She's just having fun with people, with the neighbor, with the city, or not city, with just the neighborhood. It's very sweet. It's cute. It's wholesome. I honestly very much enjoy it. Everyone plays along except for like one character, so the interaction between her and that guy is just hilarious. Apparently, Yotsuba, the series, is like 4chan's mascot, which fucking scares me. But they don't do anything terrible with her, so I'm okay. But if you have not read this, I highly recommend it. It is a very wholesome and sweet series. It's very adorable. I love it. This is up there in one of my favorites. Maybe top 5. What would be my top 5, actually? Today's Cerberus, Komi, Assassin's Classroom, Yotsuba, and I'm not sure what the 5th one would be. Probably Soul Eater. But I highly recommend this if you just want like a very simple, sweet series that you just want to feel happy when you watch. I don't think there'll ever be an anime. I think the creator of it, Kyokyo Azuma, I think he said he doesn't really think the series would transition well to an anime. I'm not sure. I feel like you could have it work, but I don't know. Maybe he'll change his mind, because I think that was said in like a fucking news report, or not news report, but like a interview like from 2008 or some shit. I don't know. I hope he does change his mind, because I would love to see a Yotsuba anime. There is also like a soundtrack for it that was officially made. And I believe he also made the one anime. I don't remember the name of it, but I think you know what the hell it is. It has that one cat that says "Hello, everyone" in the Japanese one, and people meme it. I don't know. I don't remember the name off the top of my head, but yeah, a lot of people meme that one. But this is a very sweet series, and like I said, I feel like 16 might be the last one. I don't know when that volume is going to come out, because I think the gap between like volume 15 and 14, and like this is a very chunky size volume, so that might be it. But I think the gap between those two were like a year or so. So I feel like 16 might be the last volume. It feels like it's building up to it, and I think that'd be a very fitting and nice spot to end the series on. I would hate for it to kind of just be left on a unofficial note. On an unknown note, I guess. I don't know. But again, I highly recommend it. It's very sweet, very wholesome. It's just a cute series. You can't help but smile when you read. I love Yotsuba. It's adorable. Alright, next we got another case of like, I didn't like it when I first read it. Gave it another shot like years later, and then I finished the rest of it. We have Your Name. We got volume 1. We have volume 2. And we have one that I spent $20 on when it's originally 13. Volume 3. So, Your Name, it has a movie, just like A Silent Voice. Unlike A Silent Voice, I have not watched the movie. But when I first read Your Name in 8th grade, I think it was still 2017, I was confused and I just didn't like it. And then I decided, and I'm pretty sure it was my junior year, to give it a reread, because I need the reread stuff. I end up actually really liking it, and I decided to pick up volume 2 at Barnes & Noble, and then I just continued to actually really like it, and volume 3 was kind of difficult to find, but I was able to find it, and I actually really liked it. It's a short series, it's a short read, it's only 3 volumes, so I would recommend giving this a read. If you've seen A Silent Voice, or you've read A Silent Voice and you like that, I would recommend giving Your Name a shot. This is a very good read all around. It's a very nice story, wholesome story. I need to watch the movie at some point in time, because I heard it's good. I heard it's a really good movie. I haven't seen it. I got to at some point, though, because hey, if the manga's good, I'm sure the movie will be great. Alright, we got the last series. All done after this. And I think I'm actually missing some. I might have put them somewhere else and don't remember, because I know I have more. But this is Dot Hack. A bunch of Dot Hacks that I found at a Goodwill. There's a one that I'm think I know where it's at. I just don't have it out. Is a light novel, and I actually really did like it. I think it was Dot Hack. I don't remember what it was called, but it was good. I never played Dot Hack the video game, but the light novel I read, I actually really liked. And starting off, we have another light novel that I actually really liked. Dot Hack, Another Birth. We got Volume 1, Volume 2, that picks up in the camera, Volume 3, and then finally Volume 4. Now, I'm going to say something I can't say about the other two I have right here. I liked this. This was actually a very good read. I found the main character. I don't remember her name. What's her name again? Ara? Or Akira? Akira? I don't remember. She was a very good character. I'm going to be honest. Yeah, Akira. She was a very good character. She was relatable. I actually liked her. She had a reason to be in like the Dot Hack world to solve its mysteries and defeat the final boss because her brother got sick because of this game. And she's also just a very interesting character, both in and out of the game. She is just a regular, I think middle school student. I don't remember, middle or high school. I don't remember. She's an interesting character regardless, and I actually want to root for her. We get time to know her character, and you're going to be hearing me say not those things with the manga over here, but we get time to know her character, her struggles, the things she's struggling with, as well as just get to learn more of the world, as well as some of the other characters that she teams up with. If you want to get into like any of the light novels of Dot Hack, I would recommend Dot Hack Another Birth. It is very good. I might check out the games. Now, for the other ones. Dot Hack Legend of the Twilight Volume 1, Volume 2, and Volume 3. Out of the two I'm going to talk about, I'd probably say this is the better one. It feels the most fleshed out overall, but like, I don't know, Kite I didn't really think was too interesting in this, and there's points where like, it's either this one or the next one where it has flashbacks to things that we never fucking see happen. It feels very rushed. Like, I feel like there's a lot more that could be done with this story, but there's only 3 volumes, so we kind of just have to go through a lot of it. And then Dot Hack Quadruple X, or XXXX. XXXX, yeah. This, Volume 1 and 2, they really fucking gone through the story with this. I think maybe this is the one where she's like, remember your time training, and then we see a shit ton of things that we never saw happening. Okay, I think it was the other one. I think it was Legend of Twilight that had that, remember your training, or shit like that. They're not good. They just blow through everything, and I end up forgetting everything else that happened in these stories. Where, at least with, like, Another Birth, I don't remember everything that happened in it, but I feel like I actually had time to learn who these characters are. Like, I came out with a very positive experience with the book. So, basically, just like with the Konosuba manga and novels, the light novel, yes. The manga over here, yeah. And I gotta find the other light novel, but yeah, that's Dot Hack for you. And that was about 450 plus volumes of manga. I read a lot. This was collected all in the span of like fucking, I don't know, 7 years. A bit over 7 years, I think, by now. So, yeah. Not too bad, I guess. I don't know. I don't know, like, the average volumes people get on that course of years. God, it's almost been 10 years since I started this shit. Oh, God. Anyways, I hope you all did enjoy that. I think this is going to be, like, 3 hours long. That was not my intention, but that's a lot of time to talk about each of these volumes, I guess. I don't know. What's your favorite of this collection? Let's ask that. I'm not going to get any answers because no one's going to fucking watch this, especially all the way through. If you watch this all the way through, then holy shit, how much time do you have? What the hell have you been doing this whole time? But anyways, I hope you all did enjoy this though. Just me kind of rambling about a bunch of different series that I I own, I guess. I wouldn't say like, because some of them I did not like. Danganronpa manga. Anyways, I hope you all did enjoy, and base. Oh yeah, and here's a shot of the main shelf so you see what I consider good enough to put up there. Also, you can see figures. Can you spot them all, fuckers?